Floyd and he was me,
Yeah.
he wouldn't never have to fight again because that exhibition shit,
Yeah.
as me being his little brother, hey, little bro, we finna do 10 rounds and we both gonna get 100+ million for it.
Right.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes. Got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it. This channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme's sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. "4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
The JBT is back at it again, y'all. This time, amazing raffle for the holidays. You know, replenish the pocket. Sometimes things go grim and, you know, you spend a little bit more than you anticipated, but we're here to help you out. $5 to get you in, $20 to get you in 5 times for winner takes half. Hold on. I didn't know that was the details, y'all. Hold on. Cut.
Hey, Remo.
Hey, yo, Karen, why y'all ain't let me know that the prize was winner takes half? Now, this is dope.
It's been running for some time now, silly.
Is JBT a content creators ought to get into this?
Absolutely not. Are you crazy?
No.
Nope.
Wow, that's crazy.
No content creator, just JBT supporters, sorry.
Whatever. Bye. Like I was saying, $5 to get you in 1 time, $20 to get you in 5 times. Winner takes half. You can't win if you don't play, man. Jump in the raffle. JBT Network 1 is the way you get in. Leave your name and the means of contact. And enjoy the holidays.
What's good? Salute to the family. How y'all feeling on this good Monday? We back to build on this good boxing and give it its just due, how we always do. Shout out to the JBT family, man, and everybody that's in the raffle. Good luck to y'all. $5 to get you into the raffle. The winner takes half the bag, man. You heard it right, half the bag. It's holiday time, you know, Christmas, all that good stuff. So we figured out a way to get back to the people that continuously support us. So shout out to y'all. $20 get you in it 5 times. And best of luck, man. You got to be in it to win it. Shout out to y'all, man. Good luck to the fan, man. What's good with everybody, though, man? How y'all feeling? We back again. Big Soldier. What it do, man? How you feeling? Man, he said Boots got a lot of Mexican haters, and it's one undisputed at 147. Eddie Earn trying to move Jaron to 54. Heard he making Conor Ben versus Barris at 147. Earn the Snake. We're going to talk about all that. Eddie gets you paid, stay active. Yeah, Demetrius Andre 2.0. I get it. That's why it's always a conversation, man. It's, people can see it different ways, man. I'm going to build on it. I'm going to try to speak on both sides of it. Ace was good with the family. All love, man. B Fighter, what it do? If he turned down a rumor, $8 million payday from Turkey, then Boots will never fight anyone viable. Yeah, I don't know so much about that offer, though. That number is a little bit sketchy. That's a little sketchy, but who knows? We don't know. We really don't know. We're going to get to it. BJ33, Crush the Legend. What's good with it? Boots Ennis over everybody. Opulent LDTV. What's good, family? Cornelius, what's good, player? How you feeling? Thomas Hill in the building. My baby girl, the queen, Miss Just Do, was in the building. Mike, what it do, man? How you feeling, bro? Aisha, peace to the queen. What's good with it, Mike? How you feeling, my guy? DIDN Boxing News. What's good with it, bro? Can't duck a fighter that's not in your division. Come on, BN. Don't come in here talking with no sense. Don't come in here telling the truth. Don't come in here telling the truth, BN. Because you already know your boy Just ain't a fan of the duck word, but I just can't throw it around here. I can't call everybody ducks. I feel like guys, entitled to make decisions, and we could critique them all we want, but at the end of the day, it's up to the fighter as to what he want to do. And this situation is a little, I don't know, it's a little messy because you're hearing too many different things. Now, I know that they had announced that they were negotiating and all that kind of good stuff. Now, I seen it. Y'all seen it. You seen the different reports coming out saying they negotiated. But Boots' problem is, he said he ain't know about this. Some people feel like, that's BS. It's been everywhere. Like, you got people from your area speaking on it. You got the internet everywhere talking about it. So it's kind of tough for people to believe that you didn't know that this was going on. Now, I take all this with a grain of salt because you just don't, you hearing too many different things. You get what I'm saying? You've heard Boots speak about 154 right after his fight with Karen, this rematch. So, he had a lot of people thinking he was going up there anyway. His father spoke about it. They also been adamant about if they get an offer at 54, they would take it. So I understand the people that's like, hey, man, you got the offer that you said you would want. You know what I mean? If you got it, you would take it. So it looks like, they saying he got offered a fight with Boots and he turned it. I mean, with Vergil and he turned it down. But like I said, I take that stuff with a grain of salt because of the different things that came out. We all know Boots is at 47. We know Vergil is at 54. He's established himself up there in the last few fights or so, right? Boots has been his whole career at 47. And like I say, he's been adamant about wanting to become undisputed and, chase down the other titles and become unified, undisputed, all that good stuff. So it's kind of tough because, even though he expressed some thoughts about moving up, and being at 47 for a long time, you still can change your mind. You're still entitled to change your mind. And again, even when we heard about the initial negotiations, what did we hear Eddie Hearn was saying? Eddie Hearn said he's not sure if Boots is willing to give up his title. So he don't know. It's a big decision to make. He got a decision to make, so on and so forth. So I think that's where we at. Now, it's up to each his own. If you want to believe Boots Ennis, if you want to, frame him out to be a liar. For me, I think Boots Ennis got a track record for not being a guy that, untrustworthy, right? I don't think you could say that about Boots. So, given the nature of the business and how we know certain things don't get communicated back to the parties involved, we've seen this stuff happen before. So all I'm saying is, if this fight were to happen, it should have been no debate as to what weight it was going to be at. It should have been 100% 54. Now I'm gonna just play the little clip from Eddie Hearn because he spoke about it and he said a couple different things. So, I like y'all to hear from the horse's mouth And why I believe I just can't frame him out to be a duck. I think it's a little bit deeper than that. I think it's a little more complex than that. Again, if you feel like he should have took this opportunity because it was offered to him and it was the best possible opportunity, I ain't tripping. I get it. I understand why people saying duck, but for me, I put it this way. You've heard him on a record more times than not, saying that he wanted to become undisputed. He want to, chase the belts. He want to, unify all the same. He want those belts. He's been adamant so much about it, but he's also kind of spoken about dipping his toe in 54. But for me, when I look at it, I hear more of a focus on staying at 47 than I do hear him wanting to go up at 54, right? So he just had a decision to make, and for him, he's saying he didn't know about this, and he's saying he's gonna speak on it at a later time and date. I hope that's sooner than later, because I would love to know what happened. I would like to know if it was any miscommunication. We can't say that's not possible. We see it all the time in boxing. Miscommunication is possible. You know what I mean? For a perfect example, I remember a while back when Benavidez was being asked about fighting Morrell, and the story was he needed X amount of million to fight him. But when he got asked about the question, and this was reported from his own camp, when he got asked, he didn't know anything about it. So I'm just using that as an example of, miscommunication within the sport of boxing. I'm not saying that that's exactly what happened, but I'm not ruling it out as a possibility. I just don't see Jaron Ennis as a guy that's not willing to prove himself, right? And I understand this don't look the best because the opportunity alone being there, and then the reports coming out saying, hey, it's Jaron Ennis that said, yo, I'm good. We ain't fighting. The Boots like, hold on, man. Like, we ain't get there. What we talking about? So we gotta wait and see. But in the meantime, I'm gonna break down what I've been seeing. Yeah, champions can't duck each other. I get it, Ambrose. What it do, fam? Yeah, they on his helmet in the comment section. Platboy plays, my guy. What it do, fam? Sports predictions 101. What's good with it, bro? Yeah, okay. So I don't think he ducked him. Ain't no telling what was in that contract negotiations. It's no telling. It's no telling because it's not priority for them as far as the camp. Yeah, man. It's Vergil now. Vergil is not a champion. Vergil is not a champion. So we gonna talk about all that. We're gonna talk about all this, man. It's a lot. Old money swag. What's good with it? He didn't get the negotiations. Bruce said it might be time for him to go to 54. It wasn't concrete. Yeah, he just spoke on it after the fight because it seemed like that was the next move to make. But again, I said this all along. Is he really ready to forfeit his position at 47? Because what I'm thinking is once you go up, you staying up. There's no going back down. You already arguably look like you should be going up for one. You know what I mean? There's no going back down, in my opinion, for him after he goes up. So he's faced with the decision: do I vacate this title, say the hell with undisputed, being unified, any of that stuff at 147, and I'm so close to it, and just go up there and fight, Vergil Ortiz at 54 and just make my career there? That's his decision to make, but it's early, and I just wish he had come out and speak on it so we really understand what the hell going on, because he spoke briefly, you know what I mean? He came out and put his post out. So I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm ready to just frame him as a duck because it's early. Like, you still got this decisions to make. Like my brother B in Boxing News said, can't duck a guy that's not in the same weight division. I've always said that. I'm very consistent. So again, I'm not too fond of the duck narrative, man. You gotta at least be in the same weight division. My issue is it shouldn't be no discrepancy as to what weight y'all was gonna fight at. I don't know. I don't know who's lying in this situation. That's why I'm asking the question, because Eddie Hearn is saying initially it was an offer for 147 pounds, and then they came back and kind of corrected it or whatever it is he said. So that right there, dude, like, it's already a discrepancy. You get what I'm saying? That's already, you get what I'm saying? Issue for me. Why is it any debate as to what weight it should be at? It should have been 100%. If you making an offer, it should have been at 154 pounds. There should have been no mistake. Nothing should have said 147, because we all know Vergil health really like led to him being out of that weight class. So he would literally damn near kill himself to even make it. So that would be stupid. And for that same reason, that's the same reason I feel like for Boots, you got a real decision to make. Do you, because Vergil is not a champion. You're gonna go up there and fight. It's a dangerous fight. He's more acclimated up there at the weight. You down there at 47. I don't see you coming back down after you go up. I just don't see it. It's possible, but I don't see it. And I think that would be very dangerous and could be potentially detrimental to your career because you're already big enough to go up there. So to me, once you go up, you stand up. So that's where I'm at with it. That's why you need to hear from Boots. You need to hear exactly what went on from his side of things. And then you make of it what you will. But I'm not just too quick to jump and call him a liar because he don't have a track record of sitting up lying to the people. So I'm not going, the one time it's an issue, I'm not going to just write him off. So I just still, it's early. I want to wait and see what's going on. They need to make sense of this shit. Why was it any offer at all at 147 at all? At all? It should have never been that. Shout out to my baby girl, the queen, Miss Just Do. She said, theme music me, baby. I got you.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your Just Do.
Shout out to my baby girl. Shout out to my bro Mike Mazak in the Cash App with the 5-piece, always showing love.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your Just Do.
Let's keep going. Let's keep rocking, man. So look, that's where I'm at with it, man. It's more complex than just framing somebody a duck. Like I like information, I like details, I like context, and a lot of that is missing because you don't really have the voice of Jaron Ennis. All we got to go off from Boots, you know, is what he posted on his social media was this, you know, saying he see the rumors on social media just like y'all did. As far as the fight with me and Vergil, I was unaware that the alleged negotiations was being made on my end from here on out. If it didn't come from me and me only, don't believe it. You get what I'm saying? Don't believe it. This is what he's saying. Don't believe it. You know what I mean? He said, and I will address if I'm staying at 47 or moving up to 54 at a later date and time. That's important, man. I hate the fact that he ain't just right on top of this and he seemed like he's just going to do it when he feel like it. But, you know, like I tell you, they move on their own time. So I would love to know what's going on his end. Like what was his knowledge of this fight? And like I said, did it get back to him? Because again, Eddie Hearn speaking about an offer at 147 at first that went from 147 to 54 should have never been 47. And I'm really big on that because that's the miscommunication already. You're already off on the wrong foot. Van Ducker fighters not in your division. I don't believe so either, B. And I really don't, bro. And shout out to my guy, B Fighter. You know it, man. I gotta shout out to my guy, Mike. I gotta be fair to the guy, you know. I gotta be fair to him. Damn, how I get back up here, man? Behind the Hands TV, thank Father. What it do? Making a move to 54 with no belt is not smart. And look, check this out. We being real behind the hands. Vergil Ortiz, I believe in weight classes for a reason. I do believe Boots is big enough to just go up there and fight. I do. But it's still very risky. Vergil had a time, an opportunity to acclimate to that weight. Boots would be jumping right up there. He'd be vacating his title. Like I said, that'd be the end of anything that's going on at 47 for him because I don't see him coming back down after the fact. There's no way. So it's risky. Like, do you take that fight? You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying duck him, but is it a duck if you choosing to say, look, man, I think I'm going to stay here. He don't got a title. It's a lot we don't know. Like he got a decision that he obviously got to make. You know what I'm saying? And if he decided to stay at 47, it wouldn't surprise me. You get me? But it might be a risk. We don't know how that's going to play out. We don't know if he's going to get them other unifications. We just don't know. Dante's Boxing Talk. What it do, my guy? Evan was good. Cigar talking in the building. What's good, Najee? How you feeling, bro? People said weight was an issue. He was going to move to 54. Now apparently still wants to unify. That's what I'm saying. It's tough because it sounded like he could have changed his mind. And I know people don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like you, a guy changing his mind, but it's possible. You know what I'm saying? He spoke about it. You know what I'm saying? He spoke about 54. He spoke right after the fight, but I don't know. And I just don't see him out to be a liar. So I really would like to, somebody gonna have to interview Boots. He gonna reach out to one of the platforms. We gonna have to hear from Boots. I really want to know what happened, man. I really do. LaMarcus was good with it. Yeah, it should have been clear, very clear. Should have been crystal clear. No Brian Norman, no Vergil Ortiz. Well, who he gonna fight now? And that's gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? He said, I don't like that statement. Which one? Lisa, peace to the queen. How you feeling today? Always good to see you. So you can't say Floyd moved to 147 without a title. Andre Moore moved to 175 without an immediate shot. Yeah, Andre Ward, perfect example. Andre Ward moved to 175 and he acclimated to the division. You get what I'm saying? 2 cents boxing. Peace to the queen. How you feeling? Big Dre, what it do? 2 cents was good, fam. Everybody wants to scoop. Happens the information is wrong. We trash the fighter and call them names. That's why I said I'm reserving a bit of judgment on this one. It's early. I get what Boots is saying. I've seen this happen before in boxing with the miscommunication. And like I said, Eddie Hearn says some things that make me wonder, like, why is it even any discrepancy with weight? You should have known full well what weight y'all was fighting at. You get what I'm saying? Everybody knows Vergil ain't coming back down to 47. You know what I'm saying? And again, is anybody sure that that's what Boots is ready to do? That's what it sounds like. I know it just don't look, on one side it don't look good because it looked like you're not willing to challenge yourself after you already said you was going up there. And now you get the opportunity and people are hearing that you said no, but I still gotta take into account what Boots Ennis said here. You know what I'm saying? He said he was unaware, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know. It's early, man. So hopefully, man, we can get some answers from Boots soon, man. Because that's what's gonna count. And Vergil Ortiz had his statement to make. He said not decided to move up, so Eddie shouldn't have sent the offer. Yeah, Eddie in the meantime is trying to get Barrios fight for Conor Ben. Eddie is snake that. I ain't gonna lie. Aisha, that's not looking good. That's not that right there. that part not looking good. I don't like that. I don't like it. Seemed like Boots should be priority, but if you're gonna go, I know Conor Ben is your guy, so I'm not surprised by that either, man. It's crazy. Boots statement you got posted. Oh, nah, for sure, man. Look, this is link time, man. Link time for the people that do want to come up. Y'all want to come up? We could speak because we could chop it up on this. I do want to hear what the people think about this. I like I said, it's sticky because it's early. The whole issue smells like a play for Conor Ben. Yeah, man. If that's the case, man, Eddie Hearn is a clown for that. Behind hands, you get me? I don't like it. Oscar State Captain, why do we believe that he really wants to fever? And that, see, 2 cents, that's why I love where you coming from. Because look, let's play all angles. That's what kind of person I am. Okay, I hear people like, yo, Eddie look like he putting into play Conor Ben. I get it. That's the other side. But shit, is Oscar trustworthy? Has Oscar necessarily shown you that he wants to throw his guys in the fire? Like he literally just sent a text message about Kid Austin fighting Shakur. He don't believe in that. You see how he moves several of his fighters. You get me? So I don't know. It could be bull on both sides, man. I could see it on both sides. 2 cents. What's going on? How you?
What's going on? What up? What up? I'm glad you dropped the link today. I definitely want to hop up here. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, I can hear you clear.
This is my thing, right? If you feel like Boots is a duck, oh, that's cool. Then Boots is a duck. Do I think? Let me preface this by saying this. I do believe that Boots needs to. I don't think he needs to keep fooling around and trying to get these belts and fight these champions. They're obviously giving him a hard time, right? But he stated what his goals are and what his plans are for his career, which is unifying or being undisputed at 47. He mentioned after the last fight, man, I don't know, it might be the weight. I might need to go up to 54. I don't know. Because I think he's having an issue with that IBF and that 10-pound rehydration clause. But he never defended. I feel like this is being presented in a way where he said, oh, this is it. I'm definitely going to 54. And then he offered the Vergil Ortiz. He was like, nah, never mind. That's not how it happened. Right. And then it also seems like a miscommunication because you got Eddie Hearn basically saying they sent me an offer a couple days ago or whatever for 47, and I'm like, are y'all sure y'all want this fight at 47? And then and I guess they were like, I don't know, it was a mistake, we can make it at 54. But my question to that is, who sent you that? And had they not talked to Vergil first? Did they not talk to Vergil first? How can you quote unquote send me an $8 million offer with the wrong weight?
Exactly.
How do you
say, oh,
how
no,
do you make
what,
that mistake?
Like, I don't get that. I don't get that.
And everybody in boxing know Vergil can't make 47. And this is the thing too. Vergil dug Boots for years at 47 allegedly. So why would they say he offered him to fight, but Boots said he ain't gonna take it unless it's at 47? He already told you he not gonna fight you at 47. So I don't even understand why that even makes sense. And on top of that, why does Vergil all of a sudden now at 54 want to fight Boots? Why? Why all of a sudden now Oscar willing to feed Vergil to Boots at 54? And on top of that, how is it? How is it that you got a fight signed already with Xander Zayas, but you was trying to negotiate with Boots? And even Eddie Hearn said it ain't been no negotiation. So the way I see it is like, we sent you this fight. Do you want to fight Vergil? Oh, you said it's at 47. Now it's at 54. Okay, well, do you want it or not? That's not negotiating. And then on top of that, he would have to get off of his goals and his dreams of being unified or undisputed at 47. Drop all of that, because they telling him if he move up, he got to give up his belt, even though people like, you don't got to give up your belt, but you don't know what these sanctioning bodies do. They do whatever they want.
Think he going back down once he go up? The same thing with Vergil. He went up and he ain't coming back down. So neither will Boots, in my opinion. That, you know how dangerous that'd be? You gonna go up there, take a dangerous fight like that, one off, and go back down to 40? That'd be stupid. So that's not happening.
So I mean, I just feel like it's a I get it. People want Boots to move up. I do too. I agree. I don't think he should continue that. But if he doesn't, I don't think it's fair to be like, oh, he got it. This look bad. It's damaging his career. He better come out and say something. It's the same nigga that been ducking him for years at the previous weight division. So how is it now all of a sudden, if he don't hurry up and drop everything and fight him, it's bad for him? I just don't understand.
The same team that said they needed how many months before they'd be ready? They put that public statement out. What was it, 36 months, something wild like that? When it was at 47, now we gonna turn around and flip the script. Now it's Boots being the duck. The difference was in that situation, they was in the same weight class. I think we need to start right there. People jumping the gun. He not even in 54 to duck nobody, to me. And if he's saying he unaware, we at least got to give him the benefit of the doubt. I see Vergil try to jump on top of it with his post, and I get all of that, man. But I'm not too sold, bro. I'm not too sold, man. Oscar ain't showing the willingness to throw his guys in there either. I'm not. And
this the thing, Just we talking about a verbal agreement. So you wasn't nothing signed. Vergil just said, "Yeah, I'll fight him." You don't know what he would have changed.
Right. And that's why I say, man, is that man really ready to give up his run at 47? That's really what it boils down to. I know what people want. I know what people would like to see. I know what I would like to see, but I'm here to support him. And I'm not surprised if he's staying stuck on 47, because we know it's wide open. Like, how many of us know that? Like, and he probably feel the same way. So I know it's tough. I know people seeing the Barrios and Conor Ben talk. I know that's a little weird, but I'm not surprised by it. So I don't know. I just still want to hear from Boots before I throw him in a, with a jacket and say he ducking somebody that he's not even in the same weight class with. I know he spoke about it growing up, but people. But
this the thing too. This the thing too. Just if he did duck him or say no, so I don't understand why this is so. Oh, he didn't want to fight him. It's so like what is the issue? Like, I get it. He got an opportunity. He want to fight the big names. He said he want to fight the big names. That's cool. But this isn't even that type of situation, in my opinion. Like, somebody sent you an offer. Who sent it? Because they obviously don't know what the weight should be at. Let's just start there. Like, who is trying to make this fight?
That's what I'm saying. Who made the mistake of even having 47 anywhere on any type of offer, knowing that the fighter that you would be making the offer for is at 54? You get me? I don't get it. How did it go? You said we got an offer, but it was initially at 147. Then they they switched it. Some shit like that. They switched it and said, "Oh, that was a mistake." Something to that effect. He was saying Eddie Hearn. So who made that mistake?
I watched a video earlier with Eddie Hearn. If I find the link, I'll put it in the chat. But I just wanted to come up here and say that because it's just like the I don't know, like the backlash from this is crazy to me. Like this is somebody that continuously ducked this man at 47.
Right. Now we gonna do this to Boots. We like, knowing it's like, I don't know, man. I know he's stuck on that, and that's why it's important to hear from him because he's saying he gonna let you know if he's staying or going up there. So that's you just gotta wait. I know people want to rush it and rush the judgment, but I can't do that to a fighter that's never shown me the unwillingness to get in the ring with somebody. It's tough, man. Like he right there for them fights is right there for the taking. 147 is rightfully his, He doesn't sacrifice everything this far, so it is a real decision to make. I just don't think people respect it because of what he said after the fight, talking about I've been here this long. I think that got people feeling like you said it yourself, so why not do it? So now I guess that to people is like, now you duck because you got the opportunity that you said you would go up for. Now you saying you're not gonna go. I get it, but it's a decision to make, and he gonna have to live with it.
Yeah. And I just think it's fake outrage. It's been plenty other people that have quote unquote duck fights this year, and it was nowhere near this level of anything. They didn't say, matter of fact, they didn't say much of nothing. And I don't have a problem with people turning down fights for whatever their reasoning is, but this acting like, I don't know, like they act like he just his stock just gonna go to zero if he don't come out and say nothing and you're like, what are we talking about?
Right. I don't see it. It ain't that deep. I start with them not being in the same weight class. I heard what Boots said. You wasn't hearing Vergil say nothing about fighting no damn Boots into this situation too. I paid attention to a lot, so it's like now it seemed like you responding on what's coming out. Now you gotta post, but you get me? Like where was you talking about fighting Boots at? It was all. Where was this at? What was this talk at? I didn't hear you discussing that. And then it's like when it came out, it's like you get on top of it. See, my whole career, I never. It's like I ain't saying you don't duck, but man, don't start, bro, because your team said y'all needed what was it, about 3-4 years to get in there with that man. 48 months, something wild it was. They said back in the day. So, man, y'all the same. That's the same team that said that. So I'm not too quick to say it's Boots now. I don't know. I really want to know what his situation is. That's basically, if we saying he duck, we saying he lying. We saying he had to know about this. He was negotiating and he knew full well what was going on. I don't know. That's tough, man. I need to hear from Bozy or Boots right now, man. We need to hear from y'all.
Yeah, I agree. And then like on top of that, let's when has Vergil Ortiz is one of Oscar De La Hoya's top fighters. When has Oscar put any of his top fighters in any smoke for real?
I mean, he shit. Munguia wouldn't look. Ain't Munguia his fighter? Shit. How long it took him to put him in there with somebody that could actually really beat him?
Exactly.
And that was a bag move. So.
And exactly. And that was a business decision.
Ryan Garcia, we can go back to that. What Ryan needed to do, tank a bat. You was behind the scenes not wanting it. It was Ryan pushing for it. I heard that from some of the closest sources. They like, man, that dude really want to fight. So it's like, and then you see it with Floyd Schofield. You fast forward to today. He telling his senior and his message is like, look, man, it's early. I could do this, and that. So he don't really get what I'm saying. When has he shown the willingness to throw his investment in the fire? That's all I'm saying. And Vergil Ortiz is guaranteed the investment. So it's people making it seem like the fight ain't a risk both ways too, to be honest, because I don't got Vergil beating Boots Ennis for sure. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, who has Vergil beating Boots for this to be such a duck? Like, why would he duck him? Like, I would like to know. Like, y'all let me know in the chat. Like 2 or 3 reasons why Boots would duck Vergil.
But is he ducking, right? I just don't. I can't. I can't make the connection. I mean, I get it, the opportunity, like, but it just comes down to what he want more. And then when you weigh it out, like I said, man, I'm just being real. It's phenomenal as Boots looked at 47. He still ain't been acclimated to 54. Vergil has a few fights up there so far, right? So, and with no belt. So it's like, do I give up my belt and go fight this dangerous fight? He acclimated there. He got the advantages. You know this shit is about advantages too, and not wanting to give them up. So I don't know. Is that fight worth the risk, or do you feel like you want to gamble at 47? It's simple for me. You know what I'm saying? LWBoxing and Fax Machine. What's good, Brody? How you feeling? Bobby, what's good, fam? He said fake boogeyman. Nah, I don't think so. I think it was real. I think that his issues at 47 still exist to a degree. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of the reason why I feel like he should have just went up. But I don't think it was no fake boogeyman. I think people really didn't want to fight him. And now everybody getting bold. At this last Karen fight, you're hearing a lot of chatter. Now people feel like he turned down Vergil, so you're hearing more chatter. I just want to see somebody get in there and do something with him. Then. You know what I'm saying? I really wish he would just go up to 54. I can't wait to hear from him. I don't know who platform he's going to be on, but I'm going to be looking for it. I need to
But
hear
you know,
it.
my question, I always ask this question about 54. We think that if he go to 54, he gonna have all these fights and all this stuff available. But who's to say he won't have to start over and then experience some of the same things? Because he's with Eddie Hearn right now. 54, all those belts is pretty much at PBC for the you know what I'm saying? Majority of those belts at PBC. He just left PBC. So I mean, what would be so different at 54? He's already invested into the 47 division. Maybe he closer than, you know, I don't know. I'm not making an excuse, because I agree. I do think he needs to move up. But my question is, what will be different? We think those people at 54 will fight him, but we don't know that.
All right. I mean, yeah, that's a fair point to make. Or no, can we be sure that Eddie Hearn gonna be able to facilitate and you know secure those fights up there? Because given what I'm saying, like, is it him the issue, or is it the weight class? Like, are you gonna be able to do anything different for Boots? And that's really the question. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird, man. He in a weird situation. Fresh was good with it. I think Boots should only go to 54 for a belt. I get that, Aisha, and I level with that, because he is right there. You can't just say forget that. And that's what we are as fight fans. Like, I get it, what you would want and what you prefer to see, but never forget that's his career. He got to take the punches. If he like, look, I'm invested in 47. I made a decision. Could we be really mad at him? Could you really be mad? Like, I don't know. It's tough, man. It's tough. Dub said timing of the fight. Oh, yeah. And that's another thing. He just fought, what was it, 3 weeks ago? What was it?
Yeah, he said he didn't want to fight again till April, I believe. And they want him to fight in February.
Short turnaround. Boots is hesitant to move up to 54 because he still got unfinished business. Yep. At 47, 3 miscommunication with Eddie. Somebody lying. Yeah, man. That's what I said, man. That's what I said. Shout out to the Fax Machine, my guy. That's what I said. Roger was good with it. Boots fears 54. I don't think he fears 54. I just listen. I'm a very fair, logical, like level-headed person. Just listening to the fighter. Never mind everything else. When I hear him express his thoughts, I've heard him pour a lot more energy into staying at 147 than going up to 154. So for me, when I look at it and I hear something like, oh, well, he decided not to take this fight, even if that is the case, whether or not it makes sense to me, I'm not surprised by it. Just listen to the fighter. Like, you've heard him. I get it. After the fight, you say some stuff, but then again, you go back to thinking he might have had some more time to think about it. And he like, you know what? I'm staying right here. Like, you can't trip because you get what I'm saying? You can't tell a man he can't change his mind, can't give it some thought. Like, that's a lot to think about. And like 2 Cents said, do we got to start back at the bottom? And is he gonna run into some of the same problems that he ran into at 47? Like, we can't say that, you know, he won't for sure. So yeah, that quick turnaround is a little bogus. February 22nd would be the date, right? He just fought, what was this, November 24th, was it? Something like that, I thought. So yeah, that is a short turnaround too. And you jump in another weight class. I consider all that shit. Vergil Ortiz is dangerous as hell. That ain't nobody to play with. I respect him, but I believe in Boots. But again, you got to approach that situation the right way. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I got you, Dub, for sure. Yeah, so that's what it's about, is he got unfinished business. And people like, you know, the fans like, look, you already said it. So you look like you need to go up, all that stuff. So they like, man, we ain't trying to hear it. But I don't feel that way. I want to hear more from Boots. Steph, what it do, fam? Tell you what's good with it. And Vergil at the same style. Look at what Bud did to EJ. Yeah, all things was good with it, bro. D Free was good with it. Maybe you heard the Brian Norman scene say they want that fight next. That's absolutely something that I was hearing about, that they was gonna revisit anyway, that fight. Because I know they heard about the Barrios and they already ruled it out. I don't know why they ruling that out. He definitely keeps saying he wants to fight. So there's no reason in the world they can't revisit it. As long as whatever fight he do have in between time, he win it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's tough. I ain't with the, you know how short that conversation is to just call somebody a duck, then it's over. What is there to talk about then? You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. Those conversations just don't do well for me, man. Boots ain't shown me that. I ain't seen it. I ain't seen a track record of lying to the people, misleading the people. I ain't seen that. And so he gonna just wake up today and he gonna, you know, now he lying because he's scared of Vergil. Hell no, man. Nah, hell no. No. Why can't people just understand if he might just be invested in 47? Whether or not we feel like it's gonna work out for him there, he might feel like it will. And that's where the difference lies. If he feel like he got unfinished business and he need them belts and he gonna do whatever it take to try to chase him, I mean, that's why I say he gonna have to live with however it work out for him. But I'm not tripping on him for not wanting to forfeit the belt. I'm not. I'm really not. I get it. I know the Vergil look like the fight to me, and I ain't disagreeing with that. I would love to see it. You know what I'm saying? But again, short turnaround. Think they try to pull a fast one too, man. I do. Big Dog Willie, shout out to my guy for the 5-piece. Bill Haney is summoned 4 cat dads of the apocalypse and rebuke revenge on the content creators for attacking Schofield. Fire and brimstone and wrath. You a fool, man. Shout out to Big Dog Willie. What's good with it, bro?
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Joseph was good. J.A. was good, fam. So I'm not just calling guys ducks without the fight being real and avoided for real. That's what I'm saying, Jay. I think it's so premature. And we just hearing like one side is clearly saying he unaware, but people like, man, there ain't no way you like, I don't know. Again, they see a lot of shit on the internet. Like, I don't know. He said, I like the fact that he said, look, if it ain't coming from me from now on, me only, man, don't run with it. It ain't coming from me. He like, yo, and that's what I'm not cool with. Like sources and like second, third hand information. People like, you get what I'm saying? Speaking for the fighter. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear from Jaron, Boots, Ennis, bro. I don't know if that's crazy or what. I don't want to hear no source talking about what he turned down. I want to hear directly from him. And I think we could gauge a lot from that. You get what I'm saying? I want to hear him answer the questions and see what's going on. I don't really want to hear this and that one reporting, and then one side is being all extra loud and bold. Yeah, you see, like that's what I got from what Vergil was saying. See, I don't duck nobody. But y'all be too quick to do that, man. I don't even know if this is really
the audacity. What do you mean he don't duck nobody? What?
You get me? Like, what's up? Like, I don't know. It's early. I just think it's very early, but I don't know. I bet he was.
And then it's like Boots just fought 3 weeks ago. This been going on for like a week.
Right.
That's what I'm so
early. Like the time frame, they trying to like. Hey, I ain't saying it's impossible for him to get back in there, but this is another division. This is another dangerous guy. Do you take a quick turnaround? Right? Like that's not crazy. I'm not trying to hear none of that. Super fan shit, and where you ain't even considering nothing that's real. Like he was just in there, and he was getting touched in that fight. You know what I mean? Didn't you say something about him not wanting to fight until what, April?
Yeah, I think he said he didn't want to fight till April.
So that makes him a duck, right? I just like I don't know, man. I don't know. My thing is, if you really want to make this fight, that February 22nd date shouldn't make or break it. That's to me. To me, if you really want that, if you really want to make that fight with them too, because I just ain't hear Vergil speaking about that at all. And I ain't saying the fight can't be made because he wasn't speaking about it, but I also question that because a lot of times, you know, I just don't see this fight coming without him speaking on it at all and saying this is something that he wanted. Get what I'm saying? So offer some like I don't know. Offer I
But
don't know how to even take that. Team Boots quick to put Charles Conwell turned down to fight at 154, but you don't know anything about Vergil with all that money on the table. Or somebody being honest, you think
what
Boots knew about
money?
it?
What
I don't
money? How
know,
do we
man.
know how much money is on the table? The same money they sent with the contract with the wrong weight? What money?
Right. That was the most confusing part. Why was it any discrepancy about weight? Yoda was good with it. Fight is 3 months away. It's not quick turnarounds, plenty of time. Shit, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Name top fighters that fight 3 months apart. Name some.
And that's what I'm saying. And you talking about another weight class and another top guy. That shit ain't. And again, 2 cents when they do it, it don't be the quality of opposition that would be Vergil Ortiz, in my opinion. Now, say what you want about him, but that dude a dog. So I don't know. That is a fast turnaround to me. With a fight like that, yeah, fight Conwell now. So you say fight with Conwell? Shit, I want to see any. I want to see Boots at 54. Period. But I'm just not. My whole stance is I'm not willing to frame him out to be a duck. Like that's not my take. I can't see a guy making a decision. Like again, maybe if he was in the same weight class, it'd hit me different, right? It'd look a little different to me because it's like now you right there that it would be no reason not to take it because that's a quality fight to take. So it would be no reason to say nah, I don't want it. But being a champion in the weight class below. And like I said, he would pretty much be forfeiting that. And again, I don't see him going back down. So whether or not he had to vacate or not, don't even matter. Who the hell sees him going back down after he go up? Same with Vergil. You see him go up, he ain't coming back down. So I think the same for Boots. That's a big kid, man. He go up, he's staying up. So that's
So
really what it
what
boils down.
qualifies as a duck? I mean, I'm just curious, like what qualifies as a duck? Because from my understanding, what wasn't Crawford offered the Virgil fight and he turned it down?
I know some talks about it. Ernest, what up? What up? What up? That's me. I think the problem is everybody think Boots is super special talent except for himself. I don't think Boots. I think Boots believe in himself, bro. Super special talent. Shit. I mean, you see the talent. And shit, that's just speak for itself. You know what I mean? How far he gonna go remains to be seen, but shit, he passed every test you would pretty much need him to pass, as far as watching, looking at him. So now it's about getting the quality guys in there, and I get it. People feel like this is your opportunity to fight a guy that makes sense and that'll really, get the people wanting to watch it. But I never. Besides a couple mentions about 54, I didn't hear the vested interest the way I heard it when he spoke about 47. That's all, and I've heard it for that talk for a lot longer than I've heard the 54 shit. So to me, never sounded like he was fully committed to moving up. It all sounded like, oh man, well, yeah, it's time. And yeah, I hear it, but it's obviously got to be something different today if you ain't just coming out and saying, you know what, I'm going to 54 and I'm fighting Vergil. So he going to have a good explanation, I would say, as to why he didn't take this fight if it was real. You know what I'm saying? Boots fought twice, like 3 months apart this year, right? I think with what is it, Avanesian to the Karen fight. Said Paco said Vergil turned Bud down twice. Nick Ballin with a do, man. You watch Sean Porter podcast, he contacted his agent and no offer was ever sent. Shout out to Nick Ballin TV. I didn't get to catch Sean Porter podcast. Appreciate you adding that. Who agent did he contact, bro? Xavier Little was good with it, man. Nah, man, that's the queen, man. She be up here cooking. I don't know what you talking about. I don't know who you are anyway. Second Eddie is lying because we know Vergil almost died twice. You could. His Banks was good with it, bro. How you feeling? Yeah, the Doug word is crazy. I don't know. Look, it's a real conversation at the end of the day. I hear people say, Eddie is Snake. He doing underhanded stuff, but is he really? Is him trying to secure a fight for Conor Ben a bad thing? How is it? Because that's also his fighter too, right? And that was his fighter for longer. So you would think the opportunity is not about to stop just because he has Boots. And that's only one fight. Whatever fight he does, say if he did make a Barrios fight for Ben, does that mean he can't make no other fight for Boots? Like, I don't think that makes him a snake. But if he's not being honest about the offer and in the manner in which it came to him, or whatever the case may be, then there's a conversation there for him being disloyal to Boots, but you just don't know right now. Know what I mean? But I know it sounds a little, it's weird because I just don't understand why somebody would even allow 47 to be the option if we talk about Vergil Ortiz being in any fight. Is what I'm saying. Like, I get it if it's Boots and somebody, but it's Vergil. He's not going for. I just don't get that part. Big Dog Willie, shout out to my guy back in the super chat. He said everybody duck nowadays according to YouTube boxing channels. Last week I found that I was ducking a squirrel in my backyard because I didn't feed him. You was a fool, bro. Shout out to my guy, Big Dog Willie, man. Damn,
and we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Yeah, man. That's a question, Dub. I that you would never know, because who gonna be available in April? I know he said, somebody mentioned that's what he said, but
I know you looking at the chat. The chat just did anybody? I was drum driving. So did anybody list any reasons why Boots is ducking Vergil?
No, not that I can see. Y'all could come up too if y'all want to, man. Feel free. I got off the fight against Ennis, but not Boots, because you got to think. Look at the timing. Boots can't get every fight. Everything don't stop because Boots there. You get what I'm saying? Tony was good. Everything don't stop because Boots there. Well, yeah, Dub listed 3 reasons, but you was speaking about more so. I didn't think he was listing the reasons why he was ducking, though. That's, guys saw the mandatory. I can't been in Boots, can't fight in April because that's a Eddie Hearn investment, I would think. And then, is a risk factor there. He lose, but he win at the same time either way. But I think if he can put guys in separate fights before he do that, he'll definitely be looking to do that. I just don't see him willing to throw Conor in the fire like that. Funny, soon as Ben come off his suspension, everyone's embarrassed to offer the whole time. He's been promising it for Boots. Yeah, I get it. Timing, man. I get it. I get it, but I just don't think he'll ever stop working for, as long as Conor been there. I feel like that's his guy. Like, you see how he went to bat for him. So I get it. People feel like everybody, Boots supposed to have the opportunities, but I think these guys got to have a vested interest in wanting to fight him too and be willing to negotiate. And when I heard Barrios' team, his what was it? Was his manager or trainer talking about the fight? He was speaking about money. He was like, we got to get paid. You can fight Boots, you got to get paid. I'm like, we already know what that means. 54 opportunity presents itself, Boots turned it down. That's a duck. Yeah, I mean, I know in the YouTube world that's a duck, but for me, respectfully, you gotta be in the same weight class. And again, that offer seemed a little confusing. Went from 147 to 54. Why? Barrios has more of a reason to take a rest coming off that tough fight with Ramos. He might be out longer than April. Hell yeah, he needed. Boots sound out of range and get put on the back burner. It's nasty. Where you think Boots put on the back burner? I don't think Boots put on the back burner. I think it's just, I don't know. He seemed like he in the same situation though that he was in. To be honest, like seemed like he I don't think he, why would you get a guy and not want to move him correctly? So I don't think it's nothing intentional with what's going on, but I think he's going to have the same issue he been having. That's why it seemed like he should just say the hell with 47. But look, I'm still going to wait to see what he say when he do speak. Hopefully it's sooner than later. Vergil's not a career high payday for Boots. And Boots making 2.9 fighting. I've been sneezing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that. So, Eddie don't Shakur the same way. I'm trying to look at it from every angle. I don't see Eddie doing nothing intentional just yet. But the story is the same. Not able to secure the fights for your fighter. But I don't think that's all the way his fault. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I could say that's 100% his fault. Because especially in this case, like for instance, they saying it's Boots saying no to something, right? So if it's Boots saying no to Vergil, how's that Eddie? Is that Eddie Hearn? You get what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just trying to look at it on both sides. Tim Layton was good, bro. How you feeling? Let's talk fashion, my guy. Remo was good with it. He never really had a plan for Boots. Think about it. He lost the purse bid to Karen's team. They had to overpay Karen to get the rights for the rematch, which I never understood, because if he overpaid it in Karen, why couldn't he just done that with Ryan Norman? Never understood. He intentionally didn't want that purse bid for Karen. I think so. But I thought it was just because it was a shit fight alone. I questioned that too. I talked about it. But I'm just trying to be more open to it. Like, you got to think, who gets a fighter and intentionally does bad business? Because that's what it sounds like some people are saying. But maybe they just feel like maybe what you're saying is possible. Maybe the lack of plan for him is what's playing out right now. Right? You know what I'm saying? Karen was probably still cheaper. You'll never know, man. Yeah, I don't know, Tony. Ain't nobody. Anybody saying that he should go down that's a dead conversation, because nobody thinks Vergil should come down to 47. Nobody wants to see the fight there. I always thought it was a 54 fight. That's why I didn't think it should have been any discrepancies about weight. Hold on, man. Hold on. Do I got the video in here?
That Buatsi fight, Ennis Ortiz not seeming like it's going to happen on Feb 22nd now. Could that potentially fill in that date?
Yeah, I mean, that was already in discussions, as well as Ennis and Ortiz. So, listen, even that fight's not necessarily completely dead, but obviously Jaron's got to make a fast decision about what weight he's going to give and if he'll vacate the belt, and I'm not sure he's going to do that. So we'll have to see what happens. But Callum Smith against Buatsi is a fight that we'd love.
I have to ask Eddie on the Ortiz-Ennis situation. There's been a lot of confusion around it. I've seen the reports that apparently at the last minute there's a change in wanting it to be at 147 instead of 154. Can you clarify?
There was never a last minute change for it to be at 147. We received an offer about 3 days ago for the fight at 147. Not from us, not us trying to get the fight at 147. That is how it was written in the offer to us. We took it back to Jaron. Obviously, that's fine with us. We went back to them and say, yes, we'll accept, but are you sure this is at 47? They went away, they came back and they said, no, we've spoke to Golden Boy, sorry, it would be at 154, you've got to vacate your title. Okay, well, this is a big decision, we're going to have to go back. This was about 24, 48 hours ago. On Thanksgiving, we were asked to make a decision, and the answer was, I just don't know. I'm not ready to make a decision if I'm going to vacate my belt. And that's it. And that's all it is. So if we've got time to make a decision, maybe he does it. But if it's to make a decision tonight or tomorrow, I'm not sure he will. If he moves to 54, he'll 100% fight Vergil Ortiz. If he doesn't, he'll unify at 147. And that's over to him.
Last one already. Boots has actually tweeted that he didn't know anything about in terms of negotiations going on.
There's been no negotiations. All we did was receive an offer about 3 days ago. So all this stuff from, we've been in negotiation, we haven't. We received an offer to do the fight at 47. We accepted, we went back, we checked. We were then told it was 54. And we said, okay, well, we've got to talk as a team to decide if we're going to go to 54. But what you're not going to see is him go to 54 and not fight Vergil Ortiz. I promise you that.
Good night of a railway last night.
Unbelievable. Bit difficult on the old 5.
So that right there is interesting. You know, I think that's the difference that people are making. And I mean, I don't know. Take it for what you will. I mean, you want to say Eddie just lying. I mean,
I don't trust Eddie at all.
I don't know, man. You say you got an offer at 47, and that right there for starters is the start of the miscommunication right there. Why the hell would you even send any offer? And that's why I say he's saying if we got an offer, then obviously something was sent to you. And why the hell would 147 be there? Oh no, we made a mistake. It'd be at 54. Like what the hell?
Like y'all trying to play me or bully me? You sending me an offer and like, oh, you gotta let me know it's the holidays
on Thanksgiving.
Like what is going on?
Yeah, Boot, like, let me know now, man. Put the turkey down, man.
Yeah, and this is where I'm still confused though. This is where I'm confused.
Man,
I've been on Twitter and other social media things, and they're justifying saying this on Twitter, like boxing fans saying Vergil should go down to 147 and fight Boots because Boots has the title. Not realizing Vergil had to move up to 154 because he couldn't handle staying at 147 because of health issues and stuff like that. And I don't get where this like notion is that he has to go down and justify giving a title fight to Boots at 147 just because Boots has the title to hurt himself health-wise. Like, I don't get where this like ignorant notion is coming from. Jay and Just, can you explain that to me, please? I really don't. I'm trying to figure that out.
I don't know what you're talking about, Anthony, to be honest with you. I haven't heard that.
This is on Twitter. There's boxing fans saying that Vergil should go down to 147 to fight.
That's just people that don't know what they talking about at all, because we all know Vergil moved up because he almost died trying to make weight at 47. So I wouldn't even entertain that because they just don't even know what they talking about at all.
Right.
So.
No, these are hardcore boxing fans saying this crap.
No, they not. No, they not.
Not saying that shit. They just Twitter is more troll than hardcore boxing fans. Trust me. It's more troll than hardcore
and
boxing.
Like I said, Eddie, every time Eddie talks, he's lying. I do not trust anything Eddie says. Like,
shout out to Dub. Facts machine. Vergil versus Madrimov. So how the hell was he fighting Boots? Like, or was it just a switcheroo? I mean, you get me? Like that one, I just that's
wait. I thought he was fighting Zayas. They said he signed a contract in 1 hour. And then I seen something that say he's supposed to be fighting Laura at 160.
Yeah, what he said was, I think they asked him about it. It gave him an hour, and he said yes in 1 minute or something like that. Xander, hold on, where is that? I think I got his post in here somewhere.
Who is doing these contracts? Because that sounds illegal. You can't.
There it go. They gave me an hour to say yes. I said yes in 1 minute at Vergil Ortiz, Top Rank, Turkey, Golden Boy. He tagged all of them. But of course, they obviously went another direction because Dub just sent me this flyer with Madrimov and Vergil Ortiz on it.
That's gonna be a good fight. I like Madrimov versus Ortiz.
Man.
I seen a flyer with Ortiz and Laura on it. So I don't know what's
that's what I'm saying. I that's tough to like. So what's Cal Cooler? What's going on, family? So what's going on? Like switch. Remember, Madrimov was fighting Boychuk on December 21st. Yep, I remember, man. That is a switcheroo right there, man. That's a good fight. Madrimov and Vergil. The winner got fight.
And that's what confused me. If Boychuk versus Madrimov is happening in December, well, how can that fight? Wouldn't that be way too close to have a fight with Vergil and Madrimov?
Vergil and Madrimov are fighting. That's what they got for that.
I thought it was. Someone said it was Boychuk.
Nah, he got swapped. It was Boychuk and Madrimov, and then now you got Vergil fighting Madrimov. So I like that fight. It's a good fight. Boazzi, Callum Smith, good fight. Good fight for Boazzi.
Do you feel that Callum
Well.
Smith is a little bit past it?
He a little long in it too, but he still got some tread left on the
Does
top.
he have pop still, or do you think it's starting to fade with him?
I mean, he still can box and you say pop. He said, they say that's the last thing to go. The guy's still who he is, but I don't know if he'll be
No, but certain fighters, it's weird. It's weird. I've watched, but I just started watching boxing, and I've seen highlights where a fighter who used to have power, they start losing it as they got older, and they never learned how to box properly. And you can see that, like, later on in their career, when they don't have the power, they can't, like, because of the fact they didn't learn how to box. They basically faded out of the sport because they refuse to adjust. And it's the other way around for a pure boxer who didn't.
Callum Smith is a pretty good boxer, though. He's a pretty good boxer. He can box. Technically, fundamentally sound. It's just at the end of the day,
was he known for his power, or was he more of a pure boxer?
He made it to be a champion, so he got a successful career if he is to stop boxing right now.
Would you say Callum is more of a pure boxer, like a Devin or a Shakur, or is he more of a power puncher?
No. Callum, he don't remind me nothing of Devin Haney.
No, I'm talking about like the style. I'm not talking about
boxing with 2-4 was good with it. Matchmaking by the art department.
Yeah, no.
Nah. This a good poster right here though. This one was a good one. This is the February 22nd card. I like this. I do. I think I like every fight on here. Matter of fact, I think I like every fight on
Bivol, Baturviev.
Yeah, everyone, man. This is dope. This the official one. Gertz was good with his own verse. Boxer puncher. Yeah, Callum Smith can bang a little bit. He still can fight, man. Just is who he is. His levels. He'll get Boazzi. He should get Boazzi a good test. I mean, I don't know for sure. Boazzi got to prove it.
I have Dubois beating Parker. I have it actually. I can't believe what I'm saying. I think Schofield versus Stevenson ends in a draw.
What?
Just how you feel about that Schofield Stevenson fight? What's your 2 cents about that fight?
I like the fact that they made this official. I got to start by giving the dude credit, man. The young Schofield. I know his father. I know what is on his father, man. He already played his hand, so I know he think about money and just sharing the ring with him. And if they win, that's a cherry on top. But I respect him for taking it. I think he's gonna learn very early the difference between the levels and separation. So I think he can make the fight interesting, especially early, because he like to come forward and try to make it a fight. So I think it could be interesting early, but I think over time, man, that's what a separation. You'll see the separation between the two.
It's crazy to me that this is the first card I've ever seen that it's full of title fights in one card. I've never seen this type of card before in the last couple years.
Turk. That's Big Turk. Big Turk making it happen, man. So I ain't surprised they got the money for it. I don't like that fight. Shakur about to beat his ass. Look, man, I think it's a good fight. Look, at the end of the day, you just got to take the fights that is available to you, and you keep seeing for different reasons outside of these fighters' control that they don't get the guy they initially signed up for. You seen Tank Aloma. Tank didn't come to fruition. You seen Zepeda. Now it's hand, arm. I don't know which one, and he fall out. Then it's like, who's left really for him to fight? Then you got this young boy calling for him and his dad. They adamant. So look, I'm cool with this, because if you want to fight in the way you say you do, then this should be a good fight. I mean, I don't think you got the experience and I don't think the skill nor talent. I don't think you just on his level, but anything can happen in the fight. Styles make fights because you give him issues that the other 22 guys he faced couldn't. Maybe. I mean, you strong, athletic kid, but I just think his levels, I don't think he got enough in his bag. And I mean, he showed something you know, in his last fight in the first 3 rounds or so, but he went away from it. And that's you know, that shit, I don't know, inexperience, I guess. You know, he got hit with a shot and he just started brawling and fighting, and he gave Buddy a better chance to beat him doing that. So if he'd have just stuck to the game plan initially, he could have beat this dude a lot more cleanly, whether he knocked him out or not. And maybe he could have got a knockout, but too much.
That just do yesterday, man. Go ahead.
Real quick, I just want to say I think it's a little odd when we get to pick which fighters' opponents are chasing greatness or which fighters are cherry picking.
Right.
Like, how do you distinguish the fine line between that and decide on this fighter is giving a young fighter a chance and giving him opportunity to dare to be great, but this fighter is cherry picking, they not challenging themselves. You like, I'm just curious, like, how do you decide which is which?
Yeah, I think, man, just, I don't know, some people love to, you know, the push a narrative. I always say
Too sad. It's called hating. That's it's called hating. Some people just
The perfect. I'm not
giving a young boy a shot.
But Canelo's a perfect example of this. People accuse him of cherry picking.
So it's a plan B. It's a plan B type of deal. And you've seen it play out in live time. I mean, you seen it happen. Shit, people kind of talk their way into fights. They essentially would have talked their way into this fight. I respect it. I mean, they went against what Oscar initially felt and thought to take it. I gotta respect Team Schofield for this. Whether they lose or not, I don't care if they got embarrassed. I respect the hell out of them for saying, you know what? It was more than just clout chasing. Now, unless something happened in between now and February, this look like the fight that's coming. So look, I salute them. And for me, I see a lot of people saying Shakur should have given this young dude a chance anyway.
Like I said, Just, I'm not gonna say anything until I see them having a press conference, because I don't know, man. It's just always so shaky with them, man.
You can't see it happen. I think they want it.
I can see it happening, but
they want it, big dog. Let me show you.
Because there's some serious cappers in that whole group. So
his pops post this.
That's what I'm talking about. 60 million. 60 million. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, $60 million. I'm about to go to the club and be like, what a nigga want? 60 million. What a 60 million.
His pops thinking about that money, man.
Did Pop really post that?
Yeah. No evidence was good. So I think they, in a way, they playing with house money because it's a win-win. If you lose, so many people probably naturally expected you to lose. So you even do good, it's a win in a way, right? So it's like then you get paid, you get an opportunity to fight for a title. You lose, you get the experience. It's so many things. Like it's not too many negatives. Shakur don't have necessarily the style that's gonna ruin you, right? He can embarrass you or make you look silly, right? You know, whatever the case, but think you can bounce back. That's the consensus. People feel like it, whatever loss, it ain't gonna be too bad. So he'll be all right. And we'll just see. We'll see. 704 Joe, what's good, my guy?
How do you guys see the Adames versus Hamza fight playing out?
Thank Father, yeah, man. Hamza and Carlos Adames, B-Dog was good. That's a great fight. Either way, 50-50 for real. Hamza is a real deal, tall, long, lanky guy. He can box.
And he has power.
Good.
Hamza
got some good power. Yeah, he do. Yeah, he can fight. Carlos Adames got a fight on his hands. I noticed down the stretch of fights, he slowed down a bit too. I don't want to say he got gas tank issues, but I know he tapered down some. Like it be visible. You can see
it's crazy with Hamza. Every time I watch him fight, I can actually hear him hitting the person on TV.
Ryan was good with it, bro. Yeah, Hamza is real. He got my attention for sure. He beat the hell out of ammo.
Who's Zhang fighting?
Zhang fighting Agit Kabayel. A damn beast. that's a whoever land first kind of deal. I'm telling you, because Zhang could punch, but
Zhang can punch
long in the tooth, man. No, he getting long in the tooth, and
So y'all telling me Vergil Ortiz is about to fight Madrimov?
Mm-hmm.
But
So how
just,
vested was
but
they in
just,
Boots though?
that's what I'm saying. When
That's
just
why I say,
yesterday
see,
we was talking about the
I
Boots
call
fight, like
BS
what?
on. That's why I said like I ain't arguing for Eddie Hearn, y'all. I don't like him that much to try to come to his aid, but I'm just saying, look at the other side too. Like now that quick, yeah, we fight Madrimov. Like I ain't saying it can't happen, but come on, man. Like in any other
But
situation, we'd look a little deeper into this. Like this shit is
some,
recent. That clip I just played, that's not some old ass clip. Like Thanksgiving was not just too long ago, man. Like you get me already. So
it ain't even been a week.
you get me? Like, come on, man. Come on, yo.
But they did say Turkey announces fights before they really made.
Yeah,
So that could be a part of the problem too.
yeah. And Kello was good with it, bro. Say they got the flyer and everything. Yeah, they got the flyer ready to go and everything. Mr. Empire, what it do? That's what I'm saying. I know it don't take forever to make no flyer, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just asking questions for the people, you know, like, was they really? Come on, don't do that to my guy Boots. Boots said, man, he gonna address it, man. Let the young lion speak. I'm mad that nobody giving that man the opportunity, yo, to even speak. They like, nah, Boots lying. That's crazy, yo. Just to put the duck jacket on him. Nah, I stand with Boots, man. What you doing, Boots, though? You got to make it count. At 47, you stand there, you got to get a fight, man.
Are Carlos, Vergil, and Hamza in the same division?
Right. Shout out to the boxing. You're right. He did. He did. What clip? The one I played with Eddie Hearn talking about the offer I was playing earlier. That shit just seems sketchy. Why? And again, I know I heard it right. You got sent the offer. Why would somebody send you an offer for 147? I just felt like that was weird to do. It's stupid. Could be smoking mirrors. Yeah, that's why I'm saying, B-Dog. And you know how boxing is, bro. My thing is, I'll say this. They were too quick to try to come out and make Boots look like something. That to me is like a red flag. Like they were too quick to try to, you get what I'm saying? Yeah, Boots, duck. Nah, 2 cents. You welcome back whenever you done. I'll be here. Wait, we're gonna be here for a minute. What are we building on? Shout out to Mr. Empire, man. We talking about Boots and Vergil. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk about it.
So just I have a question. Are Carlos, Vergil, Madrimov, and Hamza in the same division?
Who?
Are Carlos Adames, Vergil Ortiz, Israel Madrimov, and Hamza Shiraz in the same division?
Yep. 54. Well, no. They had 60, and Vergil and Israel Madrimov 54. Shiraz and Adames at 60. They're not at 54. Nah, I'm with that though, because that's my motto over here. The next man up. So I ain't mad, but I just say sometimes when things be that quick, like, you know, usually people question it, and then that was just so fast, like, you know. And I'm still not framing my guy Boots out to be a duck. I just felt like he had a decision to make, and as he said the entire time, he never was sold whether or not he was going to vacate his title. He said he don't know if he was going to do that. It never was concrete that he was going to 54. That's all I'm saying. I'm acknowledging that he spoke on it. I know he spoke on it right after the fight. I get all of that, but it was never concrete. Like for me, he spent way more significant time speaking about chasing the titles at 47 and becoming undisputed. So there's no surprise that maybe you do get an offer, you get an opportunity. And like he said, there was never no negotiations, but he go back and forth. He be double talking. But I don't know, man. These promoters are just, they full of it, man. They jumped on this a little too quick. They jumped on it. They jumped on it a little too quick. Damon, what's good with my guy? Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Kid Austin stepping up for the title. Other Mexicans run from another Mando title shot and wasn't Vergil avoid Boots for 2 years. They said they need like 48 months, something like that. Right, Jay? They said they needed 48 months, Damon, back then.
Vergil avoiding Boots for 2 years, really?
Yeah, they said they needed 48 months to be ready for that fight. It came directly from
and we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Oscar involved, so he wanted Boots to look bad. Yeah, it's just too quick, yo. And we called it. We called out some of what he was gonna say in his clapback. Like it's just too quick. Like I ain't saying business can't move right or wrong. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just saying they jumped on it too quick to try to frame, you know, Boots out to be something. You get what I'm saying? You already sent an offer in vain, in my opinion, sending an offer at 147 for a fight at 147 for a guy that's at 147, but the opponent's at 54. That shit don't make no sense. I'm stuck on that. I just don't believe that type of mistake should have been made. I just think that was stupid. But
and I've been saying this. It's to me, it's
years.
not Vergil or Boots' fault. It's Eddie talking out of his ass.
222 ain't beyond reason. I mean, Xander did say he has a hair. Oh, an hour to accept. Yeah. Did say they gave him an hour. He said, yeah, in a minute. So maybe they were seeking other options. It's all possible. But my thing is that I question how truly vested was you. Because again, those are some fast ass negotiations. You get me? And that's why I question too, man. But Eddie, man, he do some double talking. So I just don't know, man. He could possibly think effect, lose, and go get a title in short order.
And we think Al Heyman's bad with the double talking shit. He's even worse.
You don't even hear. People don't even hear from Al. From my view, say, oh yeah, they just put this out. Boots is a duck, yeah. And I mean that's what people just wanted to get from it. I think. We rushed the judgment a lot very quickly. Like I consider being in the same weight class initially. The offer sounded like it was a little confusion there. It sounded like it was miscommunication from just hearing it. And then, Oscar jump out and do what he do, say what he say, he make it seem like his Boots ducking. As a matter of fact, let me get to this because Timothy Bradley has some things to say about Philly and Boots, man. Let me get to it, man.
What's good? Tim Desert Storm Bradley. What's going on? What's going on, people? Yo, I'm chiming in real quick, man. I heard the news about Boots and Vergil supposed to be off. I'm just letting y'all know right now, that's duck soup. Duck's soup at its finest. Yeah. That's exactly the way you do it when you want to duck somebody. When you change your mind, when you don't believe that you that damn good. I don't want to hear nobody else say anything about Boots people ducking. And we ain't saying none of that no more. Absolutely not. This is a clear indicator right here that he don't want no smoke with anybody because this is the perfect matchup for him. At 154 pounds. This is against a smaller guy. It's not a big guy. He's been at 54 for a while, but this is the perfect matchup. What about all that talk y'all was doing after the fight? Your promoter was doing after the fight. Man, 154, 147 is really hard for him to make. You know what I mean? The weight is an issue. Y'all was blaming that on his last performance, right? What? Now you want to stay at 47? Look, you can stay at 47. You can fight, right? All you got to do is talk to the sanctioning body. That's all you got to do and tell them, hey, I want to take this. I want to actually go up to 54, and I want to fight Vergil. Can I maintain my belt at 147 pounds? Yes, and they're gonna say yeah, as long as you pay the sanctioning fee.
But why?
That's it.
But why?
That's all he got to do. But obviously, he's not as bad as y'all think he is. All them fans out there thinking he'd be bad, right? This ain't a good look from Boots and this team, man. And you talking about Boots ain't fought nobody, this and that, and all that in the third, man. This is not looking good for the Boots camp, man. This is not looking good for Eddie Hearns. Eddie Hearns ain't even got to come out the pocket for this. This is gonna be Saudi Arabia money. This is unbelievable to me, man. Boots, come on now. You need to fight at 54, bro. Come on, step up and face this man, bro, because I'm telling you right now, you looking like a sucker right now, man. You and your team looking like a sucker, bro. Gear up. Let's go. Anyways, that's my time, man. I just want to chime in real quick, let y'all know, man. I hearing the noise. I'm out doing my thizzle. As you know, I'm at the soccer field. My girl in the semifinals. That's what I'm talking about, baby. In the semifinals. They doing their thizzle. But anyways, I'll holla at y'all, man. Peace and love.
I want to highlight my guy YS. Get my guy YS on the line, man. Crucial content. What it do? He said, did he criticize Lone for ducking? I ain't know. I think he was a little silent on that. Eddie did lie about that. IBF wouldn't have strict Boots, but going back and forth and weight ain't good. Oh no, yeah, I didn't catch if he said that, but for me, I just felt like that's a no-brainer. Like once you go up, I feel like he gonna stay up. I don't see Boots after spending so much time there. I don't see him going up for a fight as dangerous as Vergil Ortiz in another weight class on some one-off and then coming right back down to 47. like to try to chase titles. I just think that's stupid. I think if you're gonna chase the titles. I think if you're gonna move up. I think that makes sense. I think whatever decision he make, like I said, from a fight fan, I'm supporting it. But I know they keep talking about what it don't look like and how it look. I really don't care about that stuff, man. At the end of the day, man, he got a decision to make, and like I said, I've never heard him, etch it nowhere in stone that I'm for sure going to 54. Like, you get what I'm saying? Has some brief discussions, man, because it seemed right. It seemed like the right move to make, but if he feel like he could sacrifice some more at 47 to chase belts or legacy, it is what it is. Yeah, Bradley been on a little rampage lately, going in, man. He said Philly ain't gangster. Philly ain't gangster. Boots ain't bad like that. You talking crazy, man. Now, I think Boots is bad, but I think Boots got a decision to make, and I think I'm gonna just be honest. What it boils down to is people trying to make his decision for him. And I get it. Some of it is based on what you've seen and what you heard him say. And I get that 100%. But ultimately, he got to want that for himself. He got to want 54. I don't think it's just I don't think it's about Vergil as much as it's about him not giving up the belt at 47. Because, again, or giving up that run at 47, because I don't anticipate him coming back down after he goes up. That's going to be stupid. It's going to be stupid. It'll be dangerous, and it'll be too risky. Don't see no reason for him to do that. And that's what it boils down to. So, all right, Bradley trying to put a battery in Boo's team back by instigating. He instigating. Sitting over there on top right, instigating. Instigating natural Golden Boy business. You know what I mean? Darren Collins, he said, I told y'all the game will pass him by. Team Ennis is the worst team in boxing. Nah, I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. No, I don't think that's the case. I feel like at the end of the day, man, people got it in their head what they want Boots to do, and he's not doing it. And it looked like he don't want the fights that people want for him that he said he wanted, right? And I get it, but again, man, I still need to hear from him. I think that's fair just to hear from the fighter. He said Bradley and his Uncle Ruckus. he been going crazy a little bit, right, Cal? He been calling people hoes and everything. The Eddie do good by any black fighter. The thing is, it's not that he's doing bad by him, but as far as securing fights that's helping grow the profile and move them to that next level, that's not been a box that he's been able to check. He's been the activity box. He's been able to check. Getting them paid. He's been able to do that. Check. But getting the big fights, the name fights, no. That's just not a box he's been able to check at all for me. You know what I mean? Chuck versus Madrimov. That's the only good fight on the Usyk versus Fury undercard. Huh? No, they got Madrimov and Vergil Ortiz. That's a great fight. Frederick, that's a great fight. Ernest said, why you think they rushed some fighters up a division? I think they see that it looks like he can go there with no problem at this point, because that it does look that way. It does appear that way. It looks like Boots can move up with no problem at this point. And right now, for him, it wouldn't even be a rush. So Xander news was false. Nah, it wasn't false. It just didn't materialize, bro. I think that's what it was. Look, he had a post. Xander, my bad, not that. That was a Vergil. Look, he said they gave me an hour to say yes. He said I said yes in 1 minute to Vergil. So he's just saying he said yes, but obviously they worked out a different situation. And my thing with the Xander fight, he said yes. Where is Bob Arum in any of this? He don't matter. I don't know. Like, you get what I'm saying? I don't know if is he signing off on that? I don't know. I don't know how that go, but I can't see him wanting to throw Xander Zayas in the ring with Vergil Ortiz right now. I can't see why he would want to do that. PGH Big Dog was good with it. He been there since I think he was asking in general about fighters. 2 cents piece, Queen, back. So it doesn't
Is this
matter.
a panel or is this like just come up here and say what you got to say?
Man, it's a panel. You feel
Oh,
free, you all good, all good.
I was like, where everybody went?
especially Tony popped off, but he do that every now and then. Shout out to Tony, man. Man, he's a good dude, man. I be happy to say this as people don't be knowing, but Tony is autistic. He'll tell y'all, so I know y'all got to bear with him a little bit. Bear with my guy. Shout out to Tony, man. Aunt McQueen was good with it, bro. Said Bob, shut that Xander down, turkey. No. Yeah, I'm telling you, it ain't happening. He see what happened with Big Baby. Like, see, I told him not to. I told him not to go. Know what I'm saying? I told him not to go. But my bad. Y'all was asking me to play the video again. Y'all was talking about the Eddie Hearn joint because I got another one from him too. But y'all was talking about the initial one. I think about the weight and stuff. Let me get it, man. My bad. Pardon me. I gotta catch up. I just realized I was asking for it. Bradley makes it. Yeah, shout out to Tony, man. Definitely a good dude, man. Always welcome up, man. I just know most people don't know that. So I figure when people know it, you get it. You get it. Shout out to him.
That Buatsi fight, Ennis Ortiz not seeming like it's going to happen on February 22nd now. Could that potentially fill in that date?
Yeah, I mean, that was already in discussions as well as Ennis and Ortiz. So, listen, even that fight's not necessarily completely dead, but obviously Jaron's got to make a fast decision about what weight he's going to give and if he'll vacate the belt, and I'm not sure he's going to do that. So we'll have to see what happens, but Callum Smith against Buatsi is a fight that we'd love.
To ask Eddie on the Ortiz any situation, there's been a lot of confusion around it. I've seen the reports that apparently at the last minute there's a change in when he needs to be at 147 instead of 154. Can you clarify?
A last minute change for it to be at 147. We received an offer about 3 days ago for the fight at 147. Not from us, not us trying to get the fight at 147. That is how it was written in the offer to us. We took it back to Jaron. Obviously, that's fine with us. We went back to them and say, yes, we'll accept, but are you sure this is at 47? They went away, they came back and they said, no, we spoke to Golden Boy, sorry, it would be at 154, you got to vacate your title. Okay, well, this is a big decision, we're going to have to go back. It's about 24, 48 hours ago. On Thanksgiving, we were asked to make a decision, and the answer was, I just don't know. I'm not ready to make a decision if I'm going to vacate my belt. And that's it. Yeah. And that's all it is. So if we've got time to make a decision, maybe he does it. But if it's to make a decision tonight or tomorrow, I'm not sure he will. If he moves to 54, he'll 100% fight Vergil Ortiz. If he doesn't, he'll unify at 147. And that's over to him.
Last one already. Boots has actually tweeted that he didn't know anything about in terms of negotiations going on.
There's been no negotiations. All we did was receive an offer about 3 days ago. So all this stuff from, we've been in negotiation, we haven't. We received an offer to do the fight at 47. We accepted, we went back, we checked. We were then told it was 54. And we said, okay, well, we've got to talk as a team to decide if we're going to go to 54. But what you're not going to see is him go to 54 and not fight Vergil Ortiz. I promise you that.
Good night of a railway last night?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it is what it is. I guess the bit of the pressure looked like it's on him to go there after speaking that you going there, and just the fact that it's available for you. So I get it, but until you get to the same weight class, that duck talk, I'm gonna hold off on that. That's just me. I get everybody else's stance with it, but I'm not. We do this shit to every fighter, and at some point you got to get tired of that narrative. We do it to every fighter. Terrence Crawford was ducking Earl Spence. They end up fighting. This one is ducking that one, like they end up fighting. Like, I'm just tired of it, man. I think people make decisions that we just be unaware of. I understood like what he was putting out, but like I keep saying, y'all, his heart always still seemed like it was at 47. Shout out to the Queen. Appreciate you too, Saints. Much love. Appreciate the support. Hey, that's just where it's at. He always sounds so there, not 54. Sound like, yeah, I would do that. That's how it always sounded like to me. I would do it. I would, but I don't know if the timing could have been off. I don't know. Thanksgiving, you asking them to make a decision now. You like, man, I ain't going up there right now. I don't know.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
I mean, because it's like you would have to kind of like put a plan together, see who's available, see what fights you can make. Or am I tripping? Like, you can't just be like, oh, I'm about to drop my belt and move up in 2 days. I don't think that would be very responsible and smart. And then if Boots did that and got trapped up there or something, everybody be like, oh, he shouldn't have, you know what I'm saying? It'd be something the complete opposite.
I'm telling you, it's over because I don't know for the fans, for y'all, why I'm giving him the benefit of doubt, because I'm not sure that he's ready to leave. And if that's just what it boils down to, we ready for it. We know what we ready to see. Like, I get it, but if he ain't, then it don't matter. Like, we could want what we want, but he obviously still vested at 47. I mean, Brian Norman Senior has actively been talking crazy, still saying we want that fight for sure. I mean, that could still be an option. I don't see why I can't. P. Hunter was good with it. Nah, never mind dropping the belt. I just know y'all all could level with me. One of the reasons why we asking for Boots to move up, because we look like he physically could use a weight class up, right? Look like he been there a little while. So we know he physically can make that weight and move up with no problem. But coming back down would just be stupid. That's dumb. That's playing with your career at that point. Yeah, man, I don't know what the plan is. And that's what L-Dub mentioned, like that Eddie Hearn didn't seem like he had much of a plan. And it's starting to look that way. Caballero versus Zhang, you got Caballero.
It looked like he don't got no plan for him at 47. He for sure ain't got nothing for him at 54.
I'm telling you. That's why they like, man. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I guess it was the best fight. I guess people look at it too is Vergil looks like a better fight than anything at 47. So, and I get that too, but shit, man. Boots, where you at? P. Hunter was good, fam. With this Boots last fight under Eddie, yeah, this would be the last fight. This would be the third one in the year. As he fought Evanisi and fought Karen. That's got two down, one more to go. Greg Haggard versus Brian Norman Sr. live on BLK Prime February 15th. Blue did the deal. Shout out to Blue. Man, Calvin Smith versus Buatsi. Yeah, I like the whole card. I can pull it back up the flyer. Shout out to L-Dub. He sent it to me. The official flyer. I like all the fights on the card for real. That's a stacked card to me. I can't see that no other way. I can't, because you got Beav, better Beav. That's gold right there. They running that back. You got Dubois is hot right now, man. He a lot of momentum going his way, and I think Joseph Parker is very hittable. So that's going to be a good fight. I think Dubois could win that fight. I think Cork could, figure out Schofield, the young Schofield. Think he inexperienced. He could take advantage of that. But this is the thing, man. Overall, he can compete with guys that are champions. But the question is, can he beat those guys? I haven't quite seen a performance that makes me think that he beats the elite level guys, and that's why I consider Shakur as. So I think that's where the fight gonna be one for him. Like it's cliche. They say it's levels, but it really is levels, experience, pedigree. Get what I'm saying? Just a little bit different. And you got a more experienced corner too, and trainer with his grandfather. I think overall he got what it takes to be somebody young and athletic and strong. Right now, I don't think Floyd Schofield do nothing super crazy. I mean, he switched, but he do it a lot for no reason. So I could see that. I don't see that being as effective as it was. I mean, it wasn't really that effective in his last fight because he was just doing it. So I don't see him winning that fight. I see him competing, though, and making it a good fight. He might surprise some people, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit is still boxing. He's going to come to fight. I mean, overall, it's just, can he get the job done? I don't think he will. And you got Carlos Adames and Shiraz, man. That's a pick'em fight, too. Carlos Adames is a damn good fighter. He's been on the scene for a little bit. And Shiraz, that new fresh blood, man. But he kicking ass, man. That's a pick'em. I don't even know who I like for that fight right there. Vergil and Madrimov, another banger. Vergil gonna get tested in that fight. But so is they both gonna get tested. That should be a good style matchup, and it shouldn't look nothing like Crawford and Madrimov. Vergil Ortiz only know one way. So that's either gonna work or it's not. Or it's gonna be a combination of the two. So that should lead to a good fight. But I see Callum Smith is also another good one. Like, I see is who he's supposed to be, man. He got to win that fight, straight up and down. Drop the red, that man gonna get caught up. Boots might as well end his draw tour and then start. What he say? Start speaking with the PBC to get fights at 54. It's tough with Boots, man. On who to offer to Eddie? Nah, that's what the Mid Two Cents was saying. Who the hell sent your offer at 147? No, it's little stuff like that. Like I can't ignore that. I can't, because I could imagine Boots saying yeah to that with no problem, because he like 47. All right. And then you come back like, well, nah, it's at 54. And then now, you know, what once was just a simple yes or no, it's like now it's a decision to make, right? It was still a decision before, but it's more complicated now because you're being asked to leave a division. And like I said,
and then you spin it. Then you spin it. Oh, he verbally agreed. Like, no, he didn't. No, that's not what he. It's crazy.
Right. I think from what it sounded like, Cal, in his post, Xander sound like he was, I don't know, it was offered to him, or, you know, I don't know how they proposed, you know. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe he got the call and they just asked. Maybe they was checking for opponents, fishing. But I never thought that one was coming to fruition, though. I was like, man, that's too much. Like, right, I think Xander would get drowned. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. I don't know if he. I don't see him beating Ortiz right now. I think he needs some more seasoning. He definitely needs some more seasoning. So this whole card is a banger, bro. Top to bottom, and that's rare. I don't see a fight that you can complain about. Really. I mean, you get the Schofield and Core, you get it. You ask for it, give it to him, right? I know we fans of that. You young enough, you can ask for it. I mean, at the end of the day, you got what, 18 fights? Core only got 22. It's just the quality of fights has been going to be the difference, I think. What?
So they said Schofield ranked number 2
in the WBA.
Mm.
That's why I was questioning, was they even going to really allow it to happen? Because I think somebody said he was ranked 40 in the WBC. I don't know if that's true. I thought somebody threw a number out there the other week, but I'm not sure. That's why I was questioning what it really happened. I thought they was just taking advantage of some publicity, some free publicity, going back and forth. But with that flyer, make it feel like it's real.
Yeah, I didn't think Oscar would make that fight. I didn't even think Shakur would really be interested. I didn't think Shakur would really be interested in that fight. You know, I kind of be like, dude, chill out, you know?
At first, like, from what I be seeing, cause I see his tweets be popping up on my feeds, and, you know, I be seeing them. At first, it seemed like he was like, hey, like, get the hell out of here. You clout chasing, like, you don't even belong. Like, you can't skip the line. It seemed like that was the energy, but then it got to a point where it's like you kept going. Then you see Zepeda fall out. Then he like, you know what? All right. Seemed like that's when it kind of switched. There's Zepeda join again, and he like, you know what? Seemed like he kind of changed his mind. So I'm like, hey, because truthfully, I don't know who else they would try to pull in there. Maybe Cordina, revisit that. I don't know. His options look limited with Eddie right now. I ain't gonna lie.
So you think Schofield a better fight than Cordina? I know a lot of people had an issue with the moving up and a knockout loss. You think this a better fight?
Oh man, it's tough. I thought Cordina got a bad rap for the loss. I think we assess losses way too, like we grade people way too harshly off a loss, and especially if, I think most people that was talking about that fight, they didn't even see it. You know what I mean? If you've seen it, you could understand that shit could have happened to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Getting stopped like that. And he shouldn't have been there. He should have been up a weight class anyway. He know that, which is why I think Eddie was trying to get him another opportunity with Shakur in the first place. But Schofield, you know what? It was interesting. It's like he a wild card because you don't know. He young, you expect something, but you just don't quite know. Like, is he able to raise his level on the night? Some fighters are able to do it. I mean, they keep making all this, oh, he's 22, Shakur 27 now. Shit, when he was 22, he's pretty damn sharp. So, I don't know. Like, could he raise his level on the night? I think it could be an interesting fight. I really do. Because of how he fights. And, you know, that what he only know one way. He ain't going to be on the no back foot. I don't see it. I don't think he can win like that. So he got this shit.
So let me ask you and you and McQueen in the chat a question. Now, it was said that when Shakur Stevenson received that call, the infamous call about him fighting Tank, that he was told, fight your next, get your fights under Eddie, make these fights, make some good fights, get your numbers up, put on some good performances, and then we'll fight after your deal or whatever. Now, my question is, Shakur is under pressure to put on great performances. Does it matter who he fights and puts on those great performances? He just needs a great performance. Or if him just getting a win, but people feeling like you ran, you this, you that, but he wins, would that have any effect on his stock? Like, does he, because if he has to put on a great performance, that could make this fight a little more dangerous, because then you have to think he's going to be taking more risk.
It's a bit of a catch-22, because I feel like it's if he had the kind of performance he had in his last fight against somebody that you wanted to see, I think we'd look at it different. We might grade it differently. But if it's them less than them, elite level guys, and you have less than this, world, one of those performances that people talk about, I think it looks a bit different, right? So I think that's what it is with him. I don't think his fights are bad. I don't even think, because there's no way I could look at his last fight as a bad performance. You could argue all day about not being excited. I won't argue with you at all. But bad performance, nah, it's the difference between bad and maybe a lacking excitement. You could say that, but I think it was bad. So I think he need the right dance partner. That's the kind of guy he is. With his style, it's not going to be accepted. That kind of winning that way against Artem, it's not good enough. But just say if it was a Tank. You beat Tank like that, I don't think nobody would complain. So I think that's where he at. I don't know if Schofield is going to provide that, right? Because he already ain't the name guy, but he need his performances to look like something worth talking about if it ain't going to be the absolute best that you can get in there with. And we know Schofield is just so unproven, so we're gonna go into this fight feeling like he gotta really school him. So it's pressure on him and that right to perform against this dude. Like, you don't want to just go get a win, because that's not gonna be enough, because he ain't looked at as elite. Think about it. His promoter called him a prospect. People gonna want you to or expect for you to treat him like such. So there's some pressure there, man. But for him overall, he need the opponents to be on his level or closest to it as possible for people to really appreciate what they seeing. Because anything less, it leaves too much room for, criticism. Bro, it was a legit unified amateur.
Well, personally, as far as that goes, with the whole you got to get your numbers up thing, according to ESPN, he had the highest rated boxing event, what was that, last year? This year, I should say, and that was following the De Los Santos fight. After the De Los Santos fight, his stock was supposed to drop, but clearly it didn't if he had the most viewed event on ESPN. So I don't.
What most viewed? Who did he fight for the most viewed event on ESPN?
I want to say it was Artem. It was like over 1 million views on it.
Okay.
That's what they say.
Well, he needs to keep doing that then. Keep your numbers up.
I think the people who rock with Shakur, they already rock with him. And they know what he is, what he's about, his style, and so on and so forth. I don't think any one particular performance is going to move the needle like that. Maybe being on a certain platform, yeah. But as far as performance goes, nah, I don't see him just knocking somebody out, then all of a sudden he's gonna get this skyrocket in popularity.
Why is fights being on free TV a negative? Do y'all know most of the fighters we watch fight on free TV?
How is that a negative? Is very few fighters that's pay-per-view.
You say how many people watched it? It was free. What difference do it make? Because at first y'all say don't nobody care about them and watch them. And the numbers say otherwise, the viewership say otherwise, the ticket sales say otherwise, and then you move the goalposts. Oh, it's only at home. Oh, it's only this. Oh, it's only that. Do people come to see him or not? That's why they be like, you can't
other guys
that's bullshit.
You can point to other guys who are popular that aren't doing the same thing. Like you could say that whole it was at home thing, because we were having a small discourse about that this morning, right? And look at Teofimo Lopez. They built him up as his hometown kid in New York, but every time he's here, he's not in the garden, in the actual garden. He's in the damn Hulu Theater. And that last fight that he just had down in Miami, the venue only held about 4,000 people. Right. He's a unified champion. He's got knockouts. He's got flair. He's doing backflips and Fortnite dances and all that shit. And then you got
done, yo.
Every time he fight in Newark, he's selling out the Prudential Center.
I mean, he done
Had he not did that bullshit where they tried to sabotage him and block off half the arena, he probably would have sold that bitch out again. You can see the agenda in place. They want to devalue him. You got people, and then here's the other thing. It's the end of the fight when they're showing people walking out. It's like the 11th round. Right. It was pretty conclusive at that point what was going to happen. I don't think anybody picked Artem to.
Hate to be petty, but I was there. Them people walked up there, and most of them stood at the top.
And just looking.
That
right?
shit was packed. If you would try to leave, there would have been a crowd with you trying to leave out.
That shit is like walking out the movies while the
I looked over at my girl. I said, yo, this going to be all over the TV. I said, this going to be the story right here. I said it to her. As soon as I said, wow, I knew it. Hen dog was good, yo.
And our most valuable commodity is what? Our time. Shit, if 1 million people tuned in, those 1 million people could have been doing anything else with their time besides watching Shakur's boring ass, right? And I'm using boring in air quotes. They could have been watching anything else. They could have been doing anything, bro. They were watching him
all the time. If you comparing them to Tank, then maybe nobody numbers is good. But that's that's not the reality. It's just like I heard somebody say they downplayed what Keyshawn just did. And I realized he just did that shit in 12 fights. Just look at
Keyshawn doing some great numbers. Keyshawn doing great numbers.
Look at your favorite fighter in his 12th fight. Better yet, did you even see your favorite fighter 12th fight? You probably did. You know what I'm saying? If you did, you don't remember what no numbers was. It probably wasn't even a conversation. So I'm just saying he's in a good space. There's nothing negative that you could take from what he's doing with 12 fights in. Nothing. No, shit, where Adam Queen go? What a professor. Let me drop the link just in case. Oh, that's my. Oh, you got to echo. Adam Queen, he'll come back. Shout out to Ant. The link back in there. Most fans will leave a blowout early in the arena. Yeah, that's what it was. It was like, this fight over. He beat him. He ain't gonna knock him out. All right, back. All right. Let's beat this traffic.
Right.
It's all good though, man. They came, bro. That shit don't change nothing. It just if that wasn't his last fight on his contract, y'all would have never knew that happened. I can guarantee you they wouldn't have put the camera on them people. I knew exactly what they was doing.
Tim Bradley wouldn't have been talking the way he was talking. We watched every other fight that Tim Bradley called. And it was Shakur's the best in the world at this. He's standing in front of you. You can't hit him. And
right.
He's in great company. Whoop-de-whoop, whoop. Then that fight, all of a sudden, we need coffee. This one is like, yo, they
devaluing them on the way out is crazy work, yo. But it's the fans got to be smart enough to see it. It's nobody making an excuse for them. If you know your fighter sell well over 10,000 tickets and you try to slice that in half, what are you doing? What? And he consistently do them numbers consistently. What are you doing? What are you telling me? Like, come on, man. That's obvious as hell. It's like ain't no conspiracy and none of that. It's a dirty game. And I think that they wanted to make sure that he didn't look good, so they feel like he wouldn't have no home. And then you would have to sign back to them for them 5 fights. And I don't think he wanted nothing that long term. But I'm glad he went and got something that was for 2 fights. That's why I'm like, people losing their minds. It's 2 fights, man. Boots, just think about it. Boots 2 fights is out the way. He got 1 more. Just think about how quick that happened. So, I just think I would. That's why I say, man, I've been thinking about trying to do this part 2 with him, but I definitely want to know, man. Like, the people need to know, like, what's your relationship with these other promotional entities, and was they real? Who was a realistic option and who wasn't? That's the shit I be wanting to know. Well, that's why he's holding them coffee. Yeah, facts, Damon. You know how it go. Typical. He's like, cause he figured, oh, you ain't gonna be with the company no more after this. You can go fight for somebody else. So we might as well talk crazy on the way out. I was like, damn, Tim. It was pretty obvious though. Ever pant to the nosebleeds. Yeah, facts. That's what I'm saying. 2 cents. They knew what they was doing, bro. They know. They know what they was doing. I was like, yeah, it's all good though. Just kick his ass, get the win, and get up out of here, bro. I seen some really good action, man. He left some meat up on the bone. If that was I always say, if that was a wing platter, he finished it, but it was just some meat left in between the bones. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Had some room where he could have did some shit better and really trusted his offense a little more in that fight. I think he could have did some more to him. He did have him on a good foot for a second.
From what I seen from him, it seemed like he trusted his offense. He was going for it. I just think that he's not accustomed to being in that position. Typically, it's the other way around. You got guys coming to get him.
Right.
And that's a valuable experience for him. It's probably a good thing that he didn't stop him, because then now it provides him with something else to evaluate and work on. Now you just address this.
Right.
And as we've seen, about a week later, he's in the gym blood and they're working on just that. So
that's why I want to see, like, if he put in that position again, what would the difference be? Because I see that he's teachable, and that's always it's refreshing to see that. Like, he's not too good to be taught and learn some shit. And somebody like that, you want to get better, because that's small shit, man. Like, you got to think. Your biggest criticism, somebody talking about you boring, man, he could go to hell. And you winning like that, hey, bro, keep tightening up your game, man. Fight your fight, bro. Fight your fight. Because the first time you get slept, the first thing they're going to talk about is how your defense was never as good as what they said. Ain't nobody going to be talking about, yeah, he went out there and went out on his ship. Hell nah. They going to be like, see, told you he wasn't like that. Told you he ain't had no chin. I told you. So just keep doing what you doing, man. Fight your fight, bro. Yeah, company, man. Company, man. Schoolfield Hops.
And even with that being said, with Timothy Bradley being a company man, I don't even blame him. Like, I understand everybody got their role to play. You know, that's what it is. Top rank. They put the plan in place, and it was his job to do his part, be a cog in the machine, and execute. And he did that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Put the propaganda out there. We gotta make this guy look away on the way out. It is what it is. All of this stuff is histrionics. Theatrics, if you will.
Boxing, filthy game, B. Hey, look how they do you. 22 fights, and this is how they do you in your last one. I said,
bro, they've been doing this since forever. Like, you go back to the 1900s, and what's my guy's name? The one from France. Battling Siki. He was supposed to be fighting against George Carpentier, and they fixed that fight. They was going to pay him big money, a whole lot of money, to take that L.
Right.
But George Carpentier started going a little bit too far with it, styling on him, and then Battling Siki said, hell no. Nah. He knocked him out. He won the fight against the promoter's wishes, and then after that, your man couldn't get a title shot, couldn't get nothing after that. Like, they completely devalued him. He had to leave France, and then he was all over Europe, ended up coming to America, and
that's crazy.
Basically like died broke on the streets of New York. All off doing your job when you wasn't supposed to. You need to make this other guy look good. It ain't about you. But this been going on for decades, a century.
Yep.
You know, so
I think that
boxing is dirty.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, man. Just more refined with the offense, man. More fluid. And I think that one shot shit came like I think you could pick a couple fights maybe out of the bunch and say that that's not really something he do. That's why you hear people asking him to get back to something that he was doing, because that's not something he typically do. So get back to just, letting that offense flow. 688 boxing gladiator. I got Madrimov over Vergil. This could be an interesting test for Vergil, man. He's fighting a good boxer. Damn good boxer. A world-class boxer, I believe, in Madrimov. Xander can't say he ducked because low-key Vergil picked a better option. People, that's a conversation too, bro. We don't acknowledge choice in boxing. We look at the one that you want the most, and we look at it if most people do, should I say, not me. You didn't pick that one. Oh yeah, you ducked something, or you avoided something, or you don't want this. People have options. I'm telling you, people have options, and I think we see it all the time. Like if Xander got asked about a Vergil fight, had to be something real about it, because he tweeted about it. I don't see him just lying and making that up, right? So had to be something put out there that made him speak on that. So I think they was just obviously weighing their options, and then he went with Madrimov. Vergil chose to get knocked out by Madrimov. Vergil might get Madrimov, man. I don't know. Should be an interesting fight though, to see him navigate dealing with this dude's style. So Shakur quiet quit. Chuck got kicked to the curb. Still fight Madrimov on Usyk Fury 2. Is he? Because I know they got him on the February 22nd card. That's, December, January, February. Shit, I doubt it. One of them he ain't going to make. So one of them fights is off. Is it the one? Because I heard this one on this card is official with him and Ortiz. So is they still the co-main for that? Because I don't see him fighting that. He ain't no way Madrimov fighting Boachuk and turning around and fighting Vergil Ortiz next. ain't no way hell. Ain't no way hell they scheduled them two fights like that. And hell no. Ain't no way.
Unless they Madrimov is Sugar Ray Robinson or some shit. Like that's something you ain't seen since the 60s. You turn right back around and fight that type of competition. I was just seeing that on Twitter as well.
I don't get that. Like, ain't that close as hell? That's December 21st, ain't it?
Hey, I'll take it.
Then you talking about January 22nd? December, January fast, 2 months. Ain't no way. No way in hell. That's not possible. One of these fights is not happening. I need to get to the bottom of which one is not, because there's no way he's fighting twice. Like, there's no way that hell that's happening. Somebody ain't fighting. Now, which one is it? Which one ain't official? Because I just got word that this one is official. February 22nd. Ajimov, these fights, he would go. Yeah, if he do these fights back to back, he different. Talk about throwback fighter, man. That's throwback type stuff right there. That's too quick. Nah, that's too quick. Okay, well, Hearn saying on X, check Madrimov is still on C. These promoters is pissing me off because they lying to us, y'all. They lying to us. Ain't no way. Ain't no way he fighting Boachuk and then turn around fighting Vergil too. Just what kind of idiot do they take me for? Nah, Madrimov different. He'd do it. Shit, he different, all right, but he'd be different. He'd be different, all right.
Unless they believe he could make easy work of Boachuk, take minimal risk, minimal damage in that fight, then turn right back around in February. Man.
Mm-hmm.
Vergil and Madrimov, I'm excited for that though.
Right. Yeah, I think it's a good fight, man. Vergil and Madrimov. But that Bull Chuck one ain't no joke either. But I ain't no way them both of them fights happening, bro. I'm just telling y'all now. Just do the math, y'all. December 21st and February 21st. Ain't no way in hell you gonna rest and prepare for a fight like that. Nah, it's not even smart. That's dangerous. Madrimov do that, man. He the GOAT for real. He a different type of dude.
I'm over here looking on Twitter. Apparently, it's really going down. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Greg Hackett and Brian Norman Sr.
Oh.
February 15th in Atlanta. BLK
That's real?
I'm seeing it. Greg just posted.
Oh,
at 5:55. He just posted it 14 minutes
somebody
ago.
Put that, but I thought they was joking. So
I thought so too.
I thought I read it.
I thought so too. But apparently it's happening in Atlanta.
February 22nd for beating Bull Chuck. We'll give him, yeah. That's a tough back-to-back fight. So I mean, if he do it, he the man. But that's tough as hell. I just don't see nobody. So you got to be brave to schedule and fights ahead like that, because you might not make it out of the Bull Chuck fight. Bull Chuck might, you know what I mean? He might catch you some hot. He might be different, but he ain't stupid. Yeah, he ain't that different. Mr. Empire. Yeah, I don't give a damn what Eddie said. I don't care what Eddie said. Ain't no way. You gotta show me. They'd be walking all the way to the ring. I'm still gonna be in denial. Nope, he still ain't about to fight. Somebody will walk out. It ain't gonna be no fight. Hell nah. That's a crazy. Think about what that is. That's a crazy back-to-back. Madrimov about to fight Bull Chuck, who gave Vergil hell. Then he gonna turn around and fight the guy that he gave hell to next. Like 2 months apart. Hell no, man. Hell no. Bug could barely touch Madrimov. Vergil guys. I think it should be interesting because Vergil Ortiz is gonna provide a level of pressure in there. Like, he only know one way, and that's he can't beat Madrimov trying to box him, in my opinion. So he gotta fight him. He gotta make it a fight. You know what I'm saying? And force him to fight. And if Madrimov keep it a boxing match, I think that's to his advantage. It's very simple for me. I'm not saying that Vergil can't box, but I think if it's kept like a chess match kind of a pace, and that's not Vergil's style. So Vergil be on the attack. So I expect to see him on the front foot trying to hurt this dude.
Yeah, but the thing with Madrimov, though, is Madrimov sacrificed a lot of his offense trying to box a little bit too much against Bud. Because in his other fights that he's had, he ain't fight that way.
Right.
And he got his coveted left hook that he likes to throw. He'll do that little shift, little jump cut, then he'll throw the left hook. He did not attempt that against Bud. And that was surprising. I was like, damn, why is he not trying to get that off? He was extremely conservative. Like, yeah, he was landing some right hands, but he was definitely not as assertive as he typically was in the past. It was just a lot of feint, right hand, feint, right hand.
Bud had the mental cuffs on his eyes.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't trying to get counted by anything.
He was like, nah, I gotta be smart in this behavior. Gotta be sharp, gotta be smart.
Oh, possibly fate. I mean, we'll see if he can combine his what did I say? I guess you could say his dimensions. If he could combine them, like find a way to be assertive, use the angles and get his shit off, but then also incorporate the feints and regulate the pace and stuff like that, then yeah. But
Madrimov hits very, very hard. I think he got some good punching power. Should be a good fight between them two stylistically, but that's what y'all got me confused now, because shit, December is before February, so I ain't making it to both. I'm telling you that now. Because that's gonna make me question some things about February 22nd. Because I'm not sold, bro. I like that. Mean you need to tell me if I go to his box rack, they got 2 fights lined up for this dude back to back. I've seen people have back to back dates, but I've never seen both of them have like names next to them. It better not, bro. It better not. I know that. Ain't no way in hell they that crazy, man. I know dude bad, but he ain't that bad. He ain't that bad, man. Let me see.
Yeah, he got to find that balance, man. He has to find that balance. Because the one thing about Vergil is, like Just was saying.
Nah, bro. They got both of them listed.
Yep.
Ain't no way in hell, bro. Show me this, bro. You about to go in there with Chuck, then go fight the guy he just gave hell to, bro. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, Sway. I don't know how you gonna do that. I don't know how you gonna do that one. That's tough, bro. I don't know how you gonna do that. I don't know how the hell you gonna pull that one off. Vergil about to get belt the ass. Bud made him put his hand in his pocket. Yeah, Bud, the mental handcuffs. Jordan, what it do, my guy? Yeah, they both lined up on box right. Yeah, Frederick is crazy. They proved me wrong. Hey, Madrimov, he was a bad son of my mama. Super soldier, yeah, they got you on some different type of time, bro. You gonna make it to both of them fights? So you telling me you gonna fight them regardless, win, lose, or draw? You fighting them regardless? Like that's brave, bro. That's brave, man. He about to soften him up for Vergil. Soften Boacek, gonna soften Madrimov up just enough for Verge. Verge will catch his ass tripping with them 13 fights. That's what I said, Cal. One of them joints ain't happening. But which one is it? Because the 21st would be here. And if that's still on, I know that ain't the wrong joint. So that's gonna happen. February 22nd card almost too good to be true, but everybody talking like it's happening. They put out the official poster and everything. I don't know, y'all. I don't know what's going on, G. I don't know what's going on out here. Oh, but something else I did wanted to touch on too while we here, bro. Since we talking about good fights too, man. Boom. This is a great fight right here. Man, did you see this? What y'all think about Steven Nelson? So cold, Steve Nelson versus Diego Pacheco, man. That's one I ain't see coming. I ain't see this fight coming, bro. I didn't see it. I was made last. That's the one that's not happening. I think February 22nd, Kyle, was the second one. Yeah. Chuck and Vergil. Tournament is starting Stanley for the bread. Now, yeah, Pacheco versus Steven Solid. Yeah, Steven, he said snack. Now, so cold. And you know why I think this is dope? Because I could have swore I seen on his Instagram that he was ready to, like, walk away from boxing. Thought he was frustrated with something. I know that I ain't tripping. I ain't just putting that on. I know I could have swore I seen him make a post like that recently, like frustrated with the game or whatever. But for him to get this fight, I know this is it's good news for him, man, because Diego Pacheco is the goods, man. And there's the battle of the undefeated. Somebody, gotta go. These is two good fighters. Steve Nelson really could box in there, bro. He know what he doing. He can fight, and so could Pacheco. Both of these dudes got some good pop. This is a good fight for real. Yeah, Nelson was ready to retire. Right. I know I wasn't tripping. Yeah, he couldn't get the fights, man. I know that's crazy. But he's a handy man. I feel like that dude he'd be good regardless. I seen him put together a damn mobile game trailer, or whatever you want to call it, by bare hands. I was like, bro, by itself, I was like, that shit is ridiculous, bro. It's probably still on his Instagram. One of the craziest projects I seen somebody do. Pacheco ran 2 monsters out of the division. 2 Davis. Says on his eyes. Yeah, if he ain't get a big fight, right? So this is great for him. This is a step in all the right directions, man. You know what I'm saying? He going places, B. This could be a good fight, pick 'em type of fight too, man. Both of these dudes is real. Damn, training with Bud. We'll see if he's the goods for it. I hope Steven win. Oh, my bad. Yeah, Daniel was good with it. Fate, man. He said, no offense to Pacheco, but his team, it annoys me. They going back and forth, man. But this is a good fight for both of them, man. And yeah, training, I think Bug keep a lot of these people sharp, man. I think that's an advantage to these fighters that's able to train with them, especially, I mean, any of the fighters, but especially the young ones coming up. I think it does wonders for their confidence. And you see the way they speak, you know what I mean? These dudes be confident. They go in there getting that work with a world-class fighter like that. That's as accomplished as he is. You know what I mean? Work wonders for him. J Bean was good with him, my guy. Nelson about to take a nap. Think Pacheco about to slap him? This should be a good fight for both of them. Should be a good fight for both of them. Really should, man. I like to see it, man. Man, it's a good one. This should be a good one. What y'all think about Teofimo, man? Y'all see Teofimo hanging with what's his name? Eddie Reynoso. Eddie Reynoso. Hanging with Eddie.
I know that Eddie better be working with him on his damn positioning and his footwork. We know Teofimo is good from the shoulders, but
he was watching him and his dad put some work in over, just watching and seeing. It looked like he really with them now, like he looking to make add an addition. He need that. He needs something like that. I think dude is serious, man. He seemed like he's a smart guy. He seemed like he know the game. So he definitely needs some more tutelage outside of his dad. Oh, and that's what I wanted to play, man. Cal, that's funny that you said that. Yo, look at this dude, yo. Yo, somebody guess his weight, man. Right hand, man. Right hand. Look at Tio, yo. Tio look like a junior middleweight, bro. This kid is huge, right? His muscle wide, mass wide. Y'all feel the huge. He's tall, but dude, man, how big, yo? He looked huge in that joint. He said about 165. It made me feel like he's still in the 160s when he posted that from before. Posted 160 something or whatever. What was it? 157 or whatever it was. He looked huge, bro. He looked close to 160 for sure. Because he posted like 157 or something like that. Made me think he was like, sending a shot at Crawford. Like, look, I'm right around the weight. But I don't know. That dude looked big, man. And he with that camp, you better hope you don't pop up with nothing crazy going on. Yeah, you joined the crew, bro. Oscar Ryan, Martinez, Canelo, down 10 feet, man. T.O. is over there now, y'all. He's over there.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I agree. Definitely got to have somebody else in there with senior, overseeing things, but I'm not sure about the Reynoso fit. I'm just not sure about the Reynoso fit. Right. Simply because the areas in which Teofimo has had struggles,
right?
It doesn't seem like Reynoso is the guy that excels in that department. Like his fighters, they fight a very similar style. Like everything is back to front, back to front, back to front in terms of footwork. That damn high guard trap, trying to land the left hook and all that stuff. And I think that T.O. is explosive enough for that style to work. But when you look at the fights in which he's had struggles, like Ortiz, Martin.
Just the right amount of computer.
It was guys that he couldn't cut off.
Right.
So how the hell is Reynoso going to help him with that?
Yeah, I just don't know what it is, what he going to add to him as far as how he fight too. I don't know what he can add. I just don't know. I don't know what the hell he can add for that kid, man, because seem like he gonna have him doing the same thing these other dudes doing, working on them drills, just throwing power punches, hooks, uppercuts, and they get in the ring and they start fighting that way. That's the worst thing he could do is become I don't know, economical with his punch output because he think he punch harder than he do. That shouldn't happen because I that's one thing I think people overlooked in his last fight that was impressive, his punch output. I think his punch output was crazy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. I never seen him throw that many punches. I was impressed by his conditioning in that fight. I gotta agree with my guy, Big Soldier. It's like anytime he's dealing with somebody with footwork, there's an issue. And you know it's bad when your promotional outfit, they're producing segments where they're having sit downs with Mark Kriegel and shit. And he's asking you questions about how you're still having troubles with cutting the ring off.
Right.
I've never seen that. I've never seen that with any other fighter.
All right. It's Majimov top 10 pound for pound. If he beats Bull, Chuck, and Ortiz, I don't know if that'll put him top 10 pound for pound, but I know you can't ignore him as far as the talent. That those wins right there is just be crazy. I don't know where you'll put him, but it's tough when you start talking that pound for pound stuff. I never was good with that. That's why I stay away from the pound for pound talk. Until we sit down, I feel like we need to collectively do a list, man. Get a real list with a real criteria that makes sense, across the board. Even if you want to debate it, it's still something that makes sense to the people.
Absolutely.
But I don't know. He'd just definitely be one of the better fighters in boxing. I think you beat both of them. Bolchuk is dangerous. I think he only got one loss, and I think he got clipped in that fight. It's that Brandon Adams, and Ortiz is a dog, bro. If you can beat both of them, that says a lot about you. I mean, it puts you in different conversations for sure. In terms of what you do next. But that's as unusual 2 fights back to back to have. I want to see this. But Cal made a great point. He said whichever one happened, was made second is the one that's not happening. Because I always felt like February 22nd was wishful thinking, but I felt like it could still be pulled off. But then when you start, mixing dates, running dates that close to each other with one of the fighters, is that the only fight that might not potentially happen on that card? Get me to thinking, but the rest of them look like they can happen though. Because like I said, Schofield and them, they claim me. They ready to go. Everything good to go. Now they're still gonna get his ass whipped by Nav. I hope he tweaks something. I would like to see him win. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind seeing him beat Navarrete. Navarrete is ugly style, man. Shakur Box Valdez in front of Canelo. Yeah, Canelo was sitting there. Canelo was sitting there. Canelo was sitting there having to watch it, but Valdez held it down, though. He kept fighting. Yeah, so that's a good card, man. Better Beef always posts our early year fights. Better Beef, man. My guy Beevil, man. I don't know who's gonna win this time, man. I feel like Beevil beat him the first time, and now that I feel like you can't get a decision, you're not knocking that guy out because you beat him more convincingly than what it looked like to me the first time. I don't know. It's gonna be tough. Rod, what it do, my guy? They better have a neurologist on standby. You know it. We know he better. He gonna need it. Might need security. That night, man. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one though, man. And who else? Let me run this clip from my shout out to my guy Keith Cologne, man. He just fought this past weekend, 3-0, 3 KOs. This is TKOs. This dude be getting busy, man. Keep be out there working, staying active, staying in the working. I see he went with the green this time. asking people what color trunks he should wear. And they keeping him busy. I like it, man. He's staying active and working. Taking minimal damage, but getting that experience in, staying busy, staying active, man. I love to see it, bro. That's the ass, man. Ortiz can out his up. I wish he'd lead that man. Ooh. Over and right. Kill shot. Get him. Said don't let the hair, don't let the wave, the big wave through. Good work, man. Good work, man. He on his way, man. He been doing his thing. He continue to be sharp. Each performance is gonna get better. I'm enjoying the journey. Shout out to Keith Cologne, him and his pops, man. Shout out to them guys. But man, let's do a quick wrap up before we do get up out of here. Because I definitely wanted to make sure I gave Boots his just due. And like I said, man, I still want to wait till I hear from him to determine whether or not he did any type of ducking. I just don't think it's that cut and dry. I think his heart really still at 47. I think that for me, and I'm just going off of what I think based off of what they shown me, I feel like his heart's still at 47, which is why he ain't made the move. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's flirted with the idea, but he ain't quite did it. You know what I'm saying? And it still seemed like he's dead set on 47 now. How that's going to work out for him in the long term, it remains to be seen. But I know people feel like it ain't going to look good with him, with people. My bad, y'all. With people, it's not gonna come. That move is not gonna come when we want it to. That's what it come down to, man. I just don't think Boo's ready, man. And it's hard to make the argument because he sat up there and said that he was ready to go. Sound like he was ready to go. But I don't know, man.
Talking about Boo's moving up to 154.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was talking about that with the fellas the other day. Because I'm like, yo, sometimes it's better to just keep your mouth shut. It's like, you know, even if he would have been like, I wasn't really too pleased with my performance, I'm going to give myself a C-. I'll be better next time. Whoopty whoop whoop. I got some things to learn. Even talk Karen up. He was craftier. He was trickier. He came with a different game.
All the wrong stuff.
He could have said all that, but then to just be like,
he was too
the first
honest.
thing that comes out of his mouth is, I should go up to 150. I should probably go up to 154. I feel like my pop would be different up there, 154. I think it's time. It's like,
He was too honest. He was too honest. Yeah, then you start talking about pop, and then somebody cigar talk. I asked you about it. So it's a lot, man. We need an interview from Boots Ennis, man. I'll keep it very consistent over here, y'all. I'm not big on that word duck. I'm not big on just framing people as stuff. I understand people make choices, but I totally 100% understand people's sentiments. But for me, his track record mattered to me more than just like some conjured up narrative. Like his track record says that's not what kind of fighter he is. He's been the guy most of his career having trouble getting the guys in there. You know what I mean? And for whatever reason, but now I feel like the shoe on the other foot, and we quick to just forget that the same guy we're accusing him of ducking is the same team that came out and publicly said they needed like 48 months to be ready for him. I don't give a damn how long ago it was. They put that out. It was very public. Everybody knew that. You ain't never heard Jaron Ennis say that shit ever. Even when you heard Vergil Ortiz, you hear Robert Garcia breaking down how a fight between them would play out. And maybe I'm reading in between the lines, but he was saying something to the effect like, you know, Vergil's the kind of fighter he could lose 5 or 6 rounds or something like that. And then, you know, you got to damn near kill him to beat him. But he could see him coming back because he fights so hard. You give Boots 5, 6 rounds if you want. Yeah, I guarantee you don't find a way to win that fight. Get that man no 5-6 rounds. So it almost told me like you admitting that not so much that he'll lose the fight, but you know it'll be a tough fight. You know it because the way you describing it breaking it down, like the way it play out. If he jump up this, you know, you could see Vergil storm him. No, I don't see that. He jump up 5-6 rounds, he gonna stay up. So you said you quick to call people chinny though. I know people. I know we all got our, you know, our thing, man. But for me, I always tell you I'm just due for a reason. I really try to keep it fair, even in the sport that's not fair. You know what I mean? This one situation is not enough for me to put a jacket on him. You know what I mean? And they jumped out on it too quick. And then we talk about Oscar Delahoya. So now, where's all this Oscar Delahoya full of shit, and he be fronting and he don't be keeping it real and he be lying and where's all that go out the window? Because people, it just come down to who you probably don't like more or who you believe less. Do you believe Eddie Hearn less or is it Oscar? Oscar he be all over the place. Promoters are full of shit, and I think they just think they all are by just nature, like to a degree, because I think they all get put on the spot at certain points being a promoter where they get the answer that they know people want to hear as opposed to what's really going on. They all do it. I think they all guilty of it. Eddie Hearn has been on a record for double talking, so we get it. Yo, you be double talking, but again, him saying somebody sent the offer at 47. I want to know who the hell sent the offer and why the hell would they even, you know, why would they do it? Why? Man, I just saw my can rock boots. Vergil definitely can. I don't want to say he rocked him. I think he clipped him for sure with some clean shots. I don't know if Boots was rocked in the fight, but I definitely think he was getting hit clean, bro. I ain't even arguing that at all. I don't think he was rocked, but I definitely think he was getting hit cleanly. Very clean.
Early on, I can't remember if it was the first or second round. He did take a nice left hook that set him back, and then Karen ran up on him and tried to press the issue. I'll say this though, he recovered quick as hell.
Right.
He got sent on his heels. Karen caught him with a nice little
teach what's good with it. And I don't want to say like, you know, I don't know. Do you think he was rocked?
Yeah, I thought so, but he took it well. He recovered well. I thought he recovered well.
I see. I trust your eye, and you know, I'm open to what Frederick's saying. Maybe you know what that's why I like when somebody sees something that I didn't see. It makes me feel like I gotta go watch the fight again. So let me see if I can do exactly that. You should be able to go back and watch it on the zone, right?
He recovered well though. He recovered well.
Yeah, I want to. You just make me want to see it again. That's all. Just make me want to watch it again. I believe you. And my guy Banks saying I believe you too.
He was pissing me off though, man.
I got the zone. I can go back and watch it, but I see it right here too.
Down the stretch, like my guy Banks is saying, around 10, like he was pissing me off down the stretch because there were a couple of occasions where it's like, yo,
A1 who
slip. Use your legs and get the hell off the damn line.
Maybe that's what I'm saying, y'all. I didn't. Maybe it's just a play on words. Y'all saying rocked. I'm thinking more like maybe a little stunned. You know what I mean? Like that's why I say he was definitely
not on his feet.
Clean shots for sure. And what you said, what you pointed out to me, Ant, something about this footwork. You say his feet be square. What do you say about his footwork? We was talking about it. I think you told you mentioned something. You pointed something out about Boots and his footwork.
There's two things. The one thing is when he's on the attack, when he's on the offensive, he falls in. And remember, I sent you the clip. I think it was like the 8th round, and Bozy was yelling at him.
He was taking advantage of shit like those mistakes.
Falling in. Stop. Right. He repeated himself several times. Stop falling in. Stop falling in. Because the one thing with Boots, and I noticed the same thing with Teofimo Lopez, there are times when they're looking to land certain shots, particularly power shots, and they don't close the distance before they let the shot go. They throw the shot from too far out. And I remember somebody was saying something about maybe Boots should get LASIK surgery or something like that. Because I do notice he be wearing glasses when he's not in the ring. So I wonder if that has something to do with his depth perception and mismanagement of range at times. Because Son do be throwing certain shots from too far out and then he falls in. And it was happening quite a bit. Like he'll throw a straight right hand when he's in the orthodox positions, and he'll end up falling in, and he's squared up, and he's right on the line.
Right
on the line, bro. And then defensively, he's so reliant on his upper body movement. You can only slip with so many punches. So if somebody throws in combination, eventually your head is going to get right back on the center line.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta use your legs and either get the hell out of range,
real clean, yeah,
out, change the angle. But Boots, he'll just be standing there stationary.
Yo, it's so much to consider, bro. But we in a world where anything outside of, like, you know, criticism is considered an excuse. Like, all right, what I'm saying is, do you necessarily go into a new weight class that a guy has had an opportunity to acclimate to, right? Coming off not one of your best performances where you were getting touched up. If Vergil Ortiz is on the other side landing those same punches that Karen was landing, we probably got a very interesting discussion when that fight is over. It's shit to consider, man. Like, I get it, but it's so much, like, to think about there. Like, you get me? Like, do I just say it like I'm up here, I 54 here I come, or all right, 47, we got some more shit to clean up? Like, I don't know. I really want to know, because performances matter, bro. Performances matter, man. They humble you, even in wins. Like, it seemed like this was one of them. Core had one with De Los Santos. That was his. This was one for Boots. It was very telling. This is probably nothing to y'all. Go look at his face when the 12 rounds was up. I'm talking about every time the camera go over there to him. Look at him. Look at him when they ask him a question. Look at the body language and energy in the post-fight, like even with the glasses on. Look at all of that stuff. Like, his energy was like, man, I know goddamn well I shouldn't have came out here and been getting hit like this. I know I didn't look my best. Like, it's like you can't lie to yourself. His body language is telling. Like, he didn't have that energy about him. Like, yo, I just went out here and kicked it. Hey, Fred, man. He was swelled up a little bit. Yeah, he was. If he was a lighter dude, he'd have probably been all types of marked up. Boots got a chin, bro. He got a nice beard, because he be getting, I don't care, puncher or not, he was getting hit with some clean ass shots. And he looked a little like, I don't want to say if it's uncomfortable, but he wasn't pleased at all. He can't tell me. Like, maybe he said he was cool with his performance. He don't want to sound like he being too hard on himself, but his energy, like, he knows that he expected more than what he showed. I don't give a damn what he said. You know you better than that, Boots. We know you better than that. And I think some people just have your numbers. Some guys you don't knock out, you can still beat them, but then they'll make people question things about you, right? And it's okay. So, because we got another opportunity to see you and see if he fixed, maybe some of the issues we feel like he got. Yeah, I think so, Kyle. And I know he was very frustrated. He was visibly showing it. That's the only thing I thought he should have did a slightly better job at doing. Like, he kind of let it be known. Mike Kirkland, my brother, was good with it. Ramon was good, fan. Boots, last opponent, switched his whole game plan up. Yeah, threw a monkey wrench in the program, and I think he made Boots adjust to what was a newer game plan. I think Boots was expecting a guy to move around and run, so to speak, as he said the first time, and I think he thought he was just going to be the stalker full time, and Karen really switched it up. Kudos to him. He was tough because he was really standing in there with Boots, something that most people don't do, and I got to give him a shit ton of credit. You don't do those things. Like, look, I know it's very easy to look at the outcome of that fight and say it happened that way because of what Boots is not, but then I also look at it and I say, man, I think we got to look at Karen as a bit better than what we rating him. Yeah,
most definitely.
I think he better than. I think that's what two fights show us. It's so much other shit. We always look at it as an indictment on the fighter. That just means that result meant all negatives for Boots. It just mean, yeah, you ain't getting better in this. Like, I don't think so. I think that just showed us Karen was prepared too, bro. That's what happened when somebody got a game plan too that they trying to execute. And you can't say he was running this time. So get me? He was fighting back. This is what happens when. That's why I say, yeah, levels matter when we be always saying how it's levels. But I also something you can't measure on paper is the heart and will of a person when somebody's fighting, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, you never know how they gonna go that night, like how they gonna really go for it. And Karen was trying to win. That was what was the difference in the first fight. You know, he threw punches, he did it moving away from the, you know, the smoke most of the fight, and it just created this illusion that he wasn't fighting. But you know, but it just was more of a, I don't know, survival kind of mode, that first fight. But this second one, all the credit in the world, bro. All the credit in the world for doing what he just did. Going out there, standing in there with boots. Name me another guy that stood in there with boots and made it out. That dude gotta be tough to a degree. Why do we just gotta look at it 100%? Nah, you know what? It's Boots not being who we say he is. Why can't just be the Karen is a little better? Why can't be that he actually tried, that he's experienced, that he's been around for a little bit, that he actually can fight? Get what I'm saying? And Boots still got more to learn. That's what I see. I ain't letting him off the hook. You got more to learn. He got areas where you can get better, but that's not an indictment.
Just
you want to see, right? And
that's why I said when we had the conversation, bro, I said personally, I felt like the superior talent beat the superior boxer. That night, I felt like Karen was the superior boxer.
And you broke it down.
I thought Karen was the superior boxer, but Boots is the superior talent.
Right.
Like Boots got all the shit that you can't teach. But Karen was like, yo, down the stretch from like 8 to 12.
Right.
Bro, that was just straight fundamentals. Like that one sequence where he caught Boots with 4 straight right hands.
Boots,
it was just all off of footwork.
Too, boy.
Just
Boots
all
frustrated as hell. That's one thing somebody ain't been able to do to Boots too. Nobody's been able to frustrate him like that or stand up to him like that. And Karen did both. It's like, I don't know. I just get tired of the same conversation, and the only thing we can take from a fight that is like when we don't see what we expect, we go so hard. Sometimes your expectation is not reality. It's not. We expected him to go out here, probably look even better, get a knockout. But did you anticipate Karen coming to fight like that, switching up the game plan, not moving around for 12 rounds this time, and actually bringing the fight, standing in the pocket, taking some of this Boots' biggest shots? Like, he was fighting. He took that knee. He showed me. I said, oh, nah, this dude's smart. This dude's smart. On some Artem type shit. You get me? Dudes know how to survive, man. They know how to fight. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't coming to get knocked out. And he just wasn't going. Shout out to Mike Kirkland. That's big support, my brother. How you feeling, man? Hope everybody enjoyed their holidays too, man.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
right.
Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to my bro Mike Kirkland. Talib was good with it. Boots ain't duck nobody, and then just fickle. Talk to him, Talib. That's my guy right there. That's a fact. That's why I say, man, Boots Ennis didn't duck nobody. I just asked the question, who lying? And when I say who lying, I'm really, is it Boots? Is it Oscar? Is it, Eddie? And I just think it was miscommunication. L-Dub, man, he did list 3 reasons, and they were very solid. Like one of them, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he said miscommunication, because that's what it seemed like happened. That's what it seemed like happened too. Like, it's just, we got to a place where we feel like guys are not trustworthy, so everything they say, we question it. So when Eddie Hearn said an offer at 47, people like, well, why would they make you an offer there? That's the question. But for him to make that up, somebody should come out and get on top of it and say, hey, man, we sent the offer for 54. It never was for 47. And I ain't hear that. So I don't think he's just making that up and just using my brain and just thinking on it, right? You could see it being a yes immediately if it got brought to him and it was a 47 fight, because he like, that's where I fight at. Hell yeah. Like, what I look like saying no to anybody at 47. But then you come back and you're like, oh, well, they said it's at 54. That changes shit. That go from a quick yes to a like, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Get push back to that would be this though, Just. Knowing what we know about Vergil Ortiz and his struggles with the rhabdo and his kidneys and everything like that. My man's passing out, trying to make 147. He's been at 154. He's pretty much acclimated at this point.
Right.
Would it be realistic to assume that this dude would be willing to put himself through that just to make a fight with Boots at 147? Like, I don't think
no. if you us and you thinking like 47, because soon as we hear, we like Vergil at 47 right now is a nightmare. That's career threatening. But Boots probably like, if it, you get what I'm saying? That's why, you know, with Eddie, like, yo, y'all sure? Because I done said to him, yo, they offering him at 47. Because you get where I'm trying to going with it. Like, if that really happened and he brought it back to his fighter, and then it's like, you know what? You go to double check that, make sure. I could see it being like a hell yes. You know, I could see Boots not even thinking that far into it. Like, yo, what? Like 47? Of course, this is where I fight at. But not really thinking like, yo, he can't make this weight. I think, like, I say this all the time. We talk this shit relentlessly. I don't think fighters sit around and do that. How many fighters do you hear say they don't be watching fights? They don't be watching boxing? I don't think they be in a loop. He ain't a super crazy social media guy. It's not crazy for him to not pay attention to some of this shit. Like, I don't know. It's not
maybe
impossible.
Not him, but Eddie though. Come on, man. I know that Eddie knows. Eddie got to be in the know. You got to be kicking the tires, putting feelers out there on things, and being abreast of what's going on. So, if anything, I got to agree with my guy Talib Cunningham. It's just terrible management, because there's no way in hell if you Eddie Hearn that you don't know that this guy's been having struggles making 154.
I agree. To know that that's not even a real. But my thing is this though. If somebody sent it to them and they wasn't seeking it out, that's very key. If he's being honest about that, he know we're not seeking to fight at 47. That's what they sent to us. Who made that error right there to even plant the seed that it could be possible? You get what I'm saying? Like, why was that even an error? That shit, if I'm making an offer for my fighter at 54 that I know almost killed himself at 47, why am I making any? How do I make that mistake is what I'm saying. I guess that's what I'm asking. How do you make that kind of mistake?
And the other question I have is this: is how the hell does Boots not know what's going on in terms of whatever dealings are underway? He's saying that these negotiations were taking place unbeknownst to him.
Right. And then you hear Eddie say there's no negotiation.
A communication between Boots' team and Matchroom and whoever else is involved.
Right.
If you don't know what the hell's going on,
management issue, bro. You're not communicating the same things. You and your fighters should be on the same page. It shouldn't be separate messages coming out. This one of your best fighters, bro. This shit shouldn't. I don't know, man. This shit shouldn't happen, bro. I ain't tripping, man. We ain't asking for too much. We just asking for news we could use, man. That's it. We just want to bring the right news to the people. With Vergil and them really negotiating, you say they not. Oscar claimed they was. They say y'all walked out. It's starting to make Eddie look in a funny light. Then it's holding Boots in a funny light. You got Tim Brad, Desert Storm out here questioning Philly. Said Philly ain't gangster, Boots a duck. Man, Showbiz calling him a duckaroni pizza, man. You know everybody done seen that, man. They ain't got no respect on my boy Boots and his name. None, y'all. That's crazy word, bro. No respect on Boots and his name is wild. Nah, I'm right. I stand with Boots. I don't think he no duck. I don't think he's scared to fight no doubt.
I don't know if he ducked. I don't know if he didn't.
Yeah.
Have no control over the management team, this one and that one. But I do have an issue with the fans of these damn content creators. Like, we gotta be 10 toes down understanding for everybody. Whenever somebody has a situation where they change their mind or they want to go in a different direction, we got to be empathetic for everybody. We can't be fucking picking and choosing as to who we're going to expect grace to. That's the issue that I have.
Philly said he didn't know about firing out off from Turk, but Boots said he was moving up to 54. And you just stand with Boots. I'm with you, Mike Kirkland. Man, I hear you, the butcher. I just think, look, I chalked it up to it had to be some type of miscommunication. I don't want to frame Boots as no liar. What I'm basing that off is I haven't seen any track record in his career since I've been following him that would say he's a dishonest guy. So it would be like, this will be new, right? I think we could agree to this. If Boots is coming out here putting out a false statement and what he's saying is not true, this will be the first time I've ever seen him do that. That's all I'm saying. So I try to give guys the benefit of the doubt, and I chalk it up to miscommunication because that's what the hell it sounded like. It sounded like it from the word go when somebody said something about 47, them two fighting there, especially if the offer was made to them. That's my problem. I can see if Eddie Hearn was the one making the offer, and that was the confusion. People were saying, why would Eddie Hearn make an offer at 147 knowing Vergil can't fight there? But you heard what he said. We got sent off for 47. We didn't go seek it out. So that's what I'm saying. That's what got me tripping. Like, why would somebody do that? And it seemed like y'all playing games. Get what I'm saying? Like, man, it sounds like somebody played some games, man. Yeah, tell them 47. Oh, nah, 54. It sounds like y'all playing games, bro. Sound like some games being played. And I don't know exactly what side, but it sounds like miscommunication and bullshit games being played on everything. And I ain't siding with nobody, but I stand with Boots if you get my drift. Ain't no duck. I ain't doing that to Mr. Catch a Body, man. I ain't doing that to him, man. I ain't putting that jacket on Senor Boots. DGO was good, man.
Yeah, you just got to just be mindful of the things that are being said. Because then even if it were a quote unquote bait and switch, all right, they offered us to fight at 147 and they turned around and said it was at 154.
Right.
Bro was saying it was time to move up to 154 anyway.
Anyway, I know. Stall me out, Debo. Stall me out. Stall me out.
So if the pop is supposed to be better, you're gonna be stronger and fresher than the other thing. I love me some Bozy.
That was different. Hey, that was different. That was after the press conference. Emotions was still out. That was different.
I love Bozy Ennis, bro. I love Bozy. And Bozy was talking about, he needs to be challenged, and we need one of those top names. We need one of them guys. And then it's like, you get one of them top names, one of them guys, and then
Touche.
You changing our mind.
A reign of peace, queen. Yeah, touche. That all those things were said. And I think that is the part that sold it for the people about what they want to see as far as 54. They helped plant that seed by, throwing that out there right after a fight where it looked like, hey, man, are you compromised at this weight? Is that affecting your performances now? And even with you saying that you kind of felt it too, because you talking about pop and dip, man, come on, bro. You saying something, but then you trying, but I felt good. I know you felt good, but you probably could feel even better. And that's the crazy part. Did you feel your best? Did you notice you ain't hear that? I had one of the best camps. You know what I mean? You ain't hear that. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while. Like, I want to hear that. So I don't think I wonder, are you at the point where you can no longer have those type of camps where you just have one of the best camps ever at the weight class now? Because you compromise now. You know what I'm saying? I want to know. Yeah, them Saudi cars was fire. Tay D was good, my guy. I'm about Boots, but he duck. Nah, man. He ain't no duck, man. Stall him out, G. Stall him out. But for me, like I said, y'all thought things where you can't duck somebody in a separate weight class. To me, I don't think you can personally. And if it's no negotiations, it was only an offer. And, it's the option. It seemed like there was two options. It was some confusion. And like I said, I could see him jumping on the opportunity at 47. Without even thinking or considering what Vergil's status or health is, right? Because you just hearing what the offer is. It's not for you to be like, could he make that weight? Because I could really see him not doing that. But then at the same time, like I said, what would be a quick yes turns into I don't know, or I gotta think about it now that it's at 54. Because now, because I think the difference is 47 is easier to say yes, and I'm not giving them no out. I'm just making sense out of it. 47 easier to say yes to because you're already committed at that weight class. The move to 54 is more than just Vergil. That's a commitment to an entire weight class and no looking back. And I swear, that's as real as I can be with this entire situation because I'm for the fighter. I want to know what he want to do, and as a fight fan, I got an option to support it. You say I'm rocking at 47, cool, but be clear about it. And I think he planted the seed. His dad kind of planted the seed with the flirting with the option of 54. So now that's where people are at. Their minds are like, bro, what are you waiting for? You got Vergil. What are you waiting for? You said you get the opportunity, you'll take it. What are you waiting for? So I get it. I get it. That's why I say it's never an argument. It's a discussion. I'm not going to tell you wrong for saying you're duck, but I'm going to just tell you why I'm not going to call him that.
This is like one of them Facebook relationship statuses, bro. It's complicated. It's complicated. Like,
it's complicated.
Yeah, shit is a little complex right now, a little convoluted. Because I understand it on all sides. Like, I try to be an understanding person and realize, these guys got plans. They got aspirations. Like the man saying he want to be undisputed. And I get all that. But then there's also this. So I can understand why people would be calling him a duck. My only thing is, as fans, I would love for us to get to a space where we could be understanding everybody. Somebody like even Loma said he wasn't in the mood, whatever the fuck that means. Just take it at face value. The man ain't in the mood. It's still other fights going on. Let's watch that.
I just feel
we
like
can't fry that man and then be like,
did
yo,
something
this dude
better,
says, well, you know what? I agree, but I changed my mind.
Yeah, they could have did one better, and they could have said, man, like, yeah, he just want to spend some time with his family, or he taking a break. That not in the mood is wild. But
sometimes you don't be in the mood, bro. Like,
probably was honest. It probably was honest.
I was driving a bus for the past 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Doing paratransit. There was a lot of mornings where I woke up and my ass wasn't in the mood. I'm like, damn, I feel like dealing with these motherfuckers and driving this.
They asked Loma. They said, Loma, what about this Tank Davis fight right here? And Loma said, what? Tank Davis?
I ain't in the mood.
For what? For money? He said, for what? For money? I'm not in the mood.
Yo, just think about the preparation that shit entails.
They probably proposed this fight to him, and he like, damn, bro, I'm fresh up. Like, y'all ain't enjoying. I just but I just went out there and stopped. You know what? Y'all ungrateful. I ain't in the mood. Like, you know what? Enjoy this Cambosis ass whooping. Boy, y'all better enjoy that. I ain't in the mood just yet. I'm telling you, got a decision to make. Tank Davis is like, do I go down that alley? It's kind of dark down there. The lights ain't on. I can't really see what's going on down that alley. Should I
Here's
walk?
the thing, though, Just. It's not even just the fight, but just think about the preparation, like what that shit entails. You got to prepare different for a fight like that. It ain't like Cambosis. You can get yourself in good shape. You go in there, no disrespect to Cambosis, but clearly,
the hell, we're good. You gotta be in tip-top shape messing with Tank,
right,
man? You gotta be the Matrix, you know, high tech. You
sleep in the hyperbaric chambers or some Dragon Ball Z shit, like. You got to be on another level with your preparation.
Roman said, man, if y'all think I ain't got it, I don't know if I got one more in me against that guy. But nah, all jokes, I did hear that if he doesn't retire, that is an opportunity. I'm going to keep saying it because that's what I heard was solid. That's an opportunity that they would revisit as long as he didn't retire. And only thing I could say to the people from all the stuff that I gathered and learned from this boxing, just pay attention to the belt. If it goes vacant, then you might have a decision or announcement soon from Loma, whether that be to continue fighting or probably to retire if it goes vacant or something like that. So I think he's just a little long in the tooth. I think what we seeing, and this is a real conversation, is not giving him an out. You don't fight that much. You don't spend your life doing that to be scared of nobody, especially not no money. Ain't no punch that nobody could throw that's gonna make me feel like Loma is scared per se, but I think what we're seeing is the results of what happens if you stick around in the amateurs for extremely long period of time. If you look at the average fighter where they come into boxing, 26 is late to be a professional. And I think that's when his first pro fight, he was 26 years old. Go look at the rest of these guys. These dudes be teenagers, bro. Teenagers. You get me? Dudes be teenagers, 17 years old in the game. Like, dudes be teens, like, fighting. So I think he spent a lot of time there. I think he had his reasons for why he stuck around for as long as he did. I hear that, they get treated like royalty.
I was hearing the same thing. You guys get treated well.
Right. Yeah, I hear that the incentive, or the rush is not there because they're taken care of and treated the right way. But, who don't want more? So I think he spent a lot of time as an amateur, and I think he hit the ground running. Like, that's why they moved him as fast as they did, if you get what I'm saying. And let's be real. He's arguably campaigning at a weight class he shouldn't be at. He can't make 130, but he maybe not, but he not, you get what I'm saying? He not no, those fights up there at 35 are all much more tougher for him, in my opinion. This was the best he looked at the weight class against Cambosis. Like, man, that was phenomenal. Like, it's not just that he stopped him, it's how he put the performance together. He really beat his ass. Like, that's a belt to ass whooping right there. He really, like, he was looking like the Matrix in there. I was like, dang, he beating Cambosis couldn't do anything. I was like, man, this is the best I've seen him look in years.
It was definitely Matrix Reloaded that night, man. He was getting busy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this, like, I was looking at them fucking ribs.
Right.
This 2 minutes into the fight, and he was red. I'm like, nah.
So look, even though he won, bro, that shit's still grueling. It's still punishment that they take. Just because you the win don't mean you ain't take no damage. This not a video game where just because you won the fight, your health bar just restart. Nah, you still beat up and damaged a little bit too.
But beyond that, them damn camps, man.
You want to do this all over again? This time for Tank Davis? You get what I'm saying? When you already was talking about retiring after Devin Haney? Do you really want to do this again? You longer in the tooth? Now you start thinking about how you turned pro at 26, how you getting them early title shots and all them opportunities flying through the weight classes a little bit. You get what I'm saying? And now here you are 22 fights or so in, and you like, hey man, 22 feel like 32. You get me? So I really think that's part of it. My thing is, man, I just wish I could get to the fighters because I would love to ask them because there's no better way to get it from the source. And I would just like to know, like on some, fight fan shit, like, are you tired of this? Like, you get me? Like, to put out a statement like not in the mood, is it just like, are you tired of boxing? Like at this point, are you tired of like getting up to do this? Because they say this shit is hard. And he looked like he lived the lifestyle too.
Did you watch that Sonny Edwards post-fight interview?
Say again?
Did you watch that Sonny Edwards post-fight interview?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my Lord, man. That was one of the best. I will forever have a great appreciation for Sonny Edwards.
Hell yeah.
That man be keeping it way too real.
Hell yeah.
Way too real.
Shout out to Sonny Edwards. He took a loss to Delahoya 5, but man, he kept it too real. He was like, bro, I don't even want to be here right now. And see, that's what I'm saying, Aunt. He's 28 years old, so you don't typically see that. You like, bro, even me, I'm over here looking like, bro, your legs is gone at 28. You only lost one time. But you just never know. Like, it's the preparation to keep on doing it. Like, you got to really be a different type of individual. Like, and you got to live that way. That shit is hard. Think about it. When they start making money, all the temptations is like, and then you start to get up there and you make the money. And you get to a point where you don't have to get punched in the head to be good. When do you say, y'all, I'm not doing this shit no more? And I think that's what Danny Garcia is at. He said he might got one more for the people, just one more, but I wouldn't be mad at that because it's going to be a fight I think he can win.
Shit, SOG was talking about that, man. Andre Ward was saying for years. Like, it wasn't even the fights, man. It was the preparation. Roy Jones, he did a really good interview. I can't remember who he was talking to, but he was talking about Jimmy Ellis, and he was saying how he met Jimmy Ellis when he was a teenager, and Jimmy Ellis, his speech was all slurred. He was punch drunk. Jimmy Ellis pulled him to the side and said, "Yo, I took more damage sparring Joe Frazier every day than I did in fights." And that's the part we don't be taking into consideration. It's like, this ain't like every other sport where you can practice and minimize contact. Nah, like practice also entails you getting punched in the fucking head, getting punched in the ribs, and you making weight on top of that.
The only sport that you can't play. When I really just like thought of that, like damn, when I first heard the term, like you can't play boxing, and I thought about it, it immediately resonated. I was like, well, damn, if that ain't that's the realest statement in any sport. You can't play this shit. Shit is for real. Like, this should take pieces of you with each fight. You never be the same as that person again. Especially when you start getting in those fights that really competitive and take that wear and tear. Should be different.
It's the gym, bro. It's the gym. Them gym boys be doing it to them guys. You see Abner Mares, his career got fucked up in the gym.
I want to have that conversation, like a whole panel with that too, because remember, people, we always talk about it's only practice. That's just sparring. It don't count. Right. Well, listen to Roy.
Be careful how much sparring you let you guys do in boxing.
It's crazy how many guys I've seen that left their career in the gyms. Yeah, because they spar too hard.
Every blow you take, your head counts, whether you're in training or whether you're in a real fight. They think training don't count. Yes, it does. That's where most of those guys get messed up at. Guy can punch, you fit in 16 ounces like you fit in 8 ounces. Yeah. It don't matter. So it's the same jarring of the brain.
Yeah, that's real. And then he's been in it. Kyle stupid. He said Bam turned sunny in the partly cloudy. He's crazy.
Nah, chill. You ain't gonna do my dog Sonny like that. Sonny, I love you.
Cal is wild, bro. In fact, I know what he sound like, so I could hear it when I seen it. Nah, man, but yeah, fighters like that, I would always support and appreciate too, because he gonna go out there, he gonna go out on his shield. He gonna take his losses the right way. He gonna lose the right way. He ain't gonna make excuses about it. He ain't scared of shit, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot of fighters. Like, think about it. We be talking about people be scared. I don't think these dudes be scared, man. But he's one of them. The truth was good with it. Freddie was good. He said Boots did duck. I just think, look, Freddie, you can't duck somebody that's not in the same weight class to me. You know, and it sounds like I want to know, was that verbal offer? Was it a phone call offer? Was it like written down? It's just some miscommunication and some games being played. And look, I ain't saying that they couldn't hurry up and found a replacement, but that Israel Madrimov shit was lined up mighty fast for Boots to be saying no if you in these quote unquote negotiations that they said never took place. So it's just, I think it'd be a lot of games, bro. I think the promoters at the end of the day, they gonna always save face and they're gonna always try to hold their fighter up in a good light. And that's what they supposed to do. So some of it, I don't take none of it personal. I just see it for what it is. I think that's what they all do. So Oscar doing what he always do. Like, think about it. He went from trying to make it seem like, you know, Shakur went from trying to fight a prospect and telling his dad that he pretty much don't think it's a good idea to now it's done. And you see, like, it's promoter games. Like, it's promoter games. But we all know that dude ain't comfortable with that fight because he wouldn't have said what he said, you know? His fighter spar over there in the UK. What's the name of the trainer that don't have his fighter spar over there in the UK? I know what you talking about. Tunde? That's your daughter do. That can come in. He wants to say hi to the people. The brat wants to say hi. Bring him in. Daughter do. Hey, salute to my baby girl. The daughter do was in the building. There you go. He should make Boots move up. Madrimov better than Crawford, so he could have got the Bud fight. I was thinking that would have been his introduction to a Bud fight. You know, like that would have really demanded a Bud fight for him had he beat a Madrimov. That's why I was thinking he was going to entertain it. What's up, baby? What you eating? What you eating? Say what's up. Say hi. What you got? What you eating? What you got, Brad? What you got? Give me some. No. Go get Kyla. Yeah, that's the thing, man. I think a decision like this need more than a couple of days. I don't know. I just think you might need some time to think about this one, man. I think only because it's one of those ain't no turning back, and it's clearly seemed like Boots got some type of attachment to 147, obviously, because that's where he started at, and it seemed like he felt like it's unfinished business. And if he tells me that that's what it is and that's what led to his decision, I respect it. I think it's deeper than ducking. You know what I mean? Because say if he do, we always look at it, the glass half empty. What if he do go on to become undisputed? What if he do get unifications after this? You get what I'm saying? We don't really explore that. We just assume that ain't none of it's going to work out for him. Yeah, he had to go to, and I get it. You know, 140, 154 is like the better option for so many different reasons. You know what I'm saying? But I think the way we see it and the way fighters see it be different. And that's the difference. So he obviously see that it's worth it for him. I think that's why he stuck around. So and again, the offer thing is just a little sketchy to me, and I feel like Oscar and them jumped on top of it too quick. They mentioned it too quick. I feel like they try to jump on top of this too quick and make one guy look crazy. Big Dre, shout out to you, man. And shout out to everybody in the building, man. My guy, Ant McQueen, coming up to build. Let me rock. He played a raffle one more time for anybody that didn't see it.
JBT is back at it again, y'all. This time, amazing raffle for the holidays. You know, replenish the pockets. Sometimes things go grim and you spend a little bit more than you anticipated, but we're here to help you out. $5 to get you in, $20 to get you in 5 times. For winner takes half. Hold on. I didn't know that was the details, y'all. Hold on. Cut.
Hey, Remo.
Hey, yo, Karen. Why y'all ain't let me know that the prize was winner takes half? Now, this is dope.
It's been running for some time now, silly.
Is JBT a content creator allowed to get into this?
Absolutely not. Are you crazy?
No.
Nope.
Wow, that's crazy.
No content creator, just JBT supporters. Sorry.
Whatever. Bye. Like I was saying, $5 to get you in 1 time, $20 to get you in 5 times. Winner takes half. You can't win if you don't play, man. Jump in the raffle. JBT Network 1 is the way you get in. Leave your name and the means of contact. And enjoy the holidays.
Shout out to the JBT family and my guy Remo for the dope commercial. Oh, damn. Big Dre got one too? That's 2 of them, ain't it? I think Big Dre got a commercial too, though.
Big drop Dre.
No more I dig into all the breadcrumbs around this Boots Vergil situation. I'm starting to think Turkey sent that shit and was get down and lay down type energy. Asking the question equals no. Yeah, almost like answer me now. And we got to listen to what Eddie Hearn said. I don't know if Boots is going to make that decision. They asking us on Thanksgiving about a fight. And he like, you do that shit like that matter, bro. And you out here like, yo, you moving to 54 now or nah? Like, I could see it too, because he been having that energy, Cal, and I think that's a reality. So I don't know. Look, if you believed in Boots as a fighter, then keep believing in him. I just think totally different from the average person. I'm gonna keep rocking with him. I ain't about to throw him away after one fight don't materialize. I get it. It's a ugly look. It wasn't handled the right way. It looked like misinformation. It looked like him not willing to stand on what he said in terms of going up to 54. I get all of that, but it's one of those trust the process. Believe that he know what's best. Him and his dad got a plan. Let's see what it is, because right now it's holding them in a negative light. But like I said, this is the same fighter, y'all. Might I remind y'all, whose team said they needed 48 months. Now, in a minute that they even think is some type of failed negotiations, was Boots and Eddie Hearn is saying it wasn't. Just the offer, no negotiation. So that's my thing. That's where I'm having an issue at too. That's not negotiating a yes or no. That's no negotiations. That's not give and take. That's a get down and lay down, like bro saying. That's like they'll give me an answer now, or we keeping the move. Like people I don't see that. Nah, you know what I'm saying? I see. No, I could see why it didn't happen if it was like that. You know, I could see why. Doug Bud as well. I still rock with him. Even that, like, was it ever an offer there? You know. Wouldn't do. He's still a duck. I really don't. The Butcher, my God. Shout out to everybody. Though.
I gotta say, get down and lay down. Yo, what hand you roll up with? E?
I'm telling you.
What hand you roll up with?
Boots as well, and that's why I'm saying. Even that, he just wasn't in a rush to get in there with him, and his team let you know as such. I don't think it was no offer sent out. Like even with this, like it sounds like some verbal shit. That's what I would like to know. I want to get to the bottom of that, man, because it's too many with these promoters. You got to ask very specific questions so they can give you very direct, specific answers. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't leave no room for the run around and the 52 fake out, because they're gonna do it every time. So ultimately, I think Boots made his decision. If this is in fact what happened, the way they saying it happened, it sounded like there was some confusion about weights. And that might have messed things up as well. Because again, I'm gonna end it with this. What looked like a quick yes turned into I don't know, and I gotta think about it. To probably not. That's what I think, and that's what I'm saying. That too, Cornelius. He is who sent the offer at 47. It's questions. I got questions. That's all. A lot of times, from the outside looking in, I'm always gonna have more questions than I got answers. The average person, they act like they from the inside, you know what I mean? And they giving us the scoop from the inside. No, they from the outside looking in like me. And if you don't got more questions than you got answers, then I think something is wrong. You should have more questions because you don't know exactly what's going on. So some people feel like they got enough answers where they could be like, look, this is all on Boots and his team. They fumbled. They didn't stand on business. He ducked a fight. Vergil was on board and he wasn't. I might say, all right, but that Madrimov fight materialized fast as hell, like immediately. So who was you negotiating with? So what was it? Just that's what I would want to know too. So how was the Madrimov fight put together? Was that just like a 1, 2, 3? Like what was that? That's what, since Vergil was quick to speak on this particular situation, won't you speak on the one that you did work out, right? One that you did like facilitate. So was it you see how Xander said he was asked, he was given an hour and he said yes in a minute? Like, what was the situation with you and Madrimov that it got worked out and Boots was like, you know what I'm saying? That shit was immediately, yo. He did Boots at 147.
My guess for Madrimov making it.
That was a duck either though, because it was champion.
My guess for Madrimov would be he's already at 154. He ain't got a title. He don't got any of these other things that he got to take into consideration. It's like, oh, of course I'll take the fight.
Right. See, Kyle, you like me, bro. Right, Ant. I got questions. That's all. I just got questions. That's all. Man, I ain't excusing them. Notice I ain't telling nobody wrong for their duck talk. That's just, I respect it. I get it. But for me, just think it's deeper than that. And I'm standing on that because I believe the overall scope of why these fights ain't happening is deeper than ducking. And I'm gonna stay true to that. I really do believe that deep down, just not as simple as somebody saying, oh yeah, I'm scared. I don't want to go up here. I don't really want to fight Vergil Ortiz. I don't want to fight the best. I mean, I think he's gonna do it on his terms. And if it came from Turkey on some now, take it or leave it, make a decision now on Thanksgiving. I don't care if you with your family. No. Not ready as a duck, but at least you're being honest. I don't know though if that's ducking. Because if you take a fight that you feel like you're not ready for, that would be stupid, right? I think that I appreciate the honesty. People don't like it because you ducking. Somebody say you're not ready for something, I rock with it. Because anybody could throw you in a title fight, but it take a real team to make sure you fully prepared before they throw you in that opportunity. Now you want to fight a tough fight. Now that I agree with, but I don't, man, this situation, it looks very similar. I'm not going to lie. I do look like, quality opposition. You're not willing to do it. But the discrepancy over the weight class is my issue, y'all. That's all. It should have been no questions. That's all. And I doubt Madrimov is going to make that fight in February. Me either. I don't see it, Aisha. I don't see it at all. I don't see it at all, man. I don't see it at all. But, man, Boots, hold your head. I can't wait to hear from him. Tim Bradley going off. Everybody going off. Man, I want to hear from the fighter to see what he got to say about all this. So hopefully he come out, like I said, sooner than later, because we want to hear from Boots, man. Not playing you the boogeyman. You want to fight for pull a card. I like the fight, though. I don't know if he fully pulled Boots' card, though. Because, again, got to be fully committed. That's a commitment. That 54 fight is a commitment. It's not just a one-off. People are already got it in their head. Yeah, just go up one fight. You're going to still keep your belt and come back down. That's dumb as hell. So that's my final take on it, man. So, man, shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate y'all rocking out with me again with another dope build. Shout out to my brother Ant McQueen coming up here to rock out with your boy. Shout out to 2 Cents doing her thing. Everybody that hit the super chat, the cash chat. Much love to y'all. Appreciate everybody. Lottie Dottie and everybody. That's how JB. Shout out to my guy J Hardcore too, man. But much love to y'all, man. Salute to Ant. Final words, Ant, man. Final words before we get up out of here.
Man, final words. Always the same thing. What's easy to do is also easy not to do. Small things, all things. All right, folks.
Shout out. Love, appreciate the Professor and McQueen. Aisha, the queen, always appreciate you, man. The Butcher, my guy, Boost will knock out Ortiz at 154. He will be stronger and healthy. I was surprised. That's the thing. The Butcher, I don't deny it, and I don't think they I feel like they believe in themselves. But like I said, I'll just end it with this. I think the move to go to 54 is a full on commitment. And it just seems like at this point it's deeper than just not wanting to challenge himself against Vergil Ortiz as much as it is him not wanting to go to 54 while having 147 be wide open. Now imagine you go up there to 54, say you lost, and then you see somebody else unifying belts and all time. It's so many different ways to look at it. So he probably like, bro, it makes sense for me to stay here. I did think about going up there, but after some time, I feel like I'm right in position where I need to be, and these fights is right here for the taking. It's nothing wrong with that. It's not wrong with that. But that's all I got for today, man. Much love to everybody. Y'all make sure y'all enjoy y'all Monday as we get this week rolling and build on this box. And I'll see all y'all tomorrow, 4 p.m. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. Much love to y'all. We out. Peace to his family.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
In the building. Make sure y'all subscribe to Jusdueboxing, the best boxing talk on YouTube.
Jusdueboxing in the building, 4 o'clock shorty, man. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. He's going to be live today at 4 o'clock, man. And he's going to be spewing some good stuff as he always do with an unbiased approach, man. He's probably the most unbiased channel on YouTube.
What's going on? And one of my favorite channels, if y'all into that pugilistic perfection, if y'all into that boxing, that's that boy Jusdueboxing here on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out Jusdueboxing, the only unbiased boxing channel on YouTube.